Tonight, it's the Group 4 South New Jersey State Championship game between the 10-1 Pennsauken Indians and the undefeated 11-0 Millville Thunderbolts. Let's take a look at how the clubs got here. Millville eked by Washington Township with a last-second interception on a two-point conversion try. Meantime, Pennsauken rolled over Triton, and the Indians come into today with a ton of momentum. Hello, everyone. Will Fleming alongside Tad Kozanowski. And Tad, what a matchup we've got here today. Two storied programs steeped in tradition. They both end a long drought with a title appearance, but that is where the similarities end.
Two teams play the game totally different. On one side, Pennsauken, call them the greatest show on turf. They throw the ball all over the field. Great athletes, a lot of speed. Millville, on the other hand, throws it a little bit. Their game is the power run. They like to run. They have some decent athletes, but if they're going to win, it'll be by the running game.
And one number we will be calling a lot tonight is the big man in the backfield, Alquan Jones.
Alquan Jones, outstanding runner, outstanding stats this year. One of the leading rushers in South Jersey. 26 touchdowns rushing this year. Has rushed for over 2,000 yards. Has a big line in front of him. If they give him any daylight, he can take it to the house on any play.
Meantime, for Pennsauken, one of the best quarterbacks they've seen in a long time around these parts, and that's Manny Cortez.
Yeah, Manny Cortez this year, 38 touchdown passes. With two more, he ties the all-time record in South Jersey for touchdown passes in a season. He has completed nearly 65% of his passes, thrown for 2,700 yards, and if that isn't enough, he's rushed for over 700 yards and 5 touchdowns.
So it's Millville and Pennsauken, the Group 4 State Championship. Back at Richard Wackers Stadium, and time now to meet the third member of our crew down to the sideline for Alexa Datt.
Hey, Will, some observations here from the ground level. This crowd is amped. They brought balloons and face paint and signs. They were even tailgating in the parking lot. I spoke to Millville coach Durham before the game. He said that the school had the cheerleaders and the band lead out the team onto the school buses. Coach Tab echoed that sentiment and said, we had a pep rally yesterday. These two teams are ready to go. Coach Durham said, we've been waiting for this for a long time. Will, back to you.
So much, Alexa. There he is, Jason Durham, the coach of the Thunderbolts, his 4th season. Heck, looking at him in the parking lot, you'd think he could play in this game. He has brought this club back to its first title appearance in 16 seasons. Meantime, for the Pennsauken Indians, it's Clinton Tabb, a former player here for Pennsauken, and indeed here at Rowan. Coach Tabb's got his troops ready to go, and what an atmosphere here in New Jersey. Meantime, time to check out our Verizon 411 keys to the game. Tad, we talked about the contrasting styles, and that will really be the big deal here tonight.
You see, Pennsauken, they want to put the pedal to the metal. They want to throw everything they have at Millville in this one, and they have to dig in on D to stop the very, very tough running game of Millville. Millville, they have to be slow and steady. Don't be afraid to slow it down. Don't get into a track meet. And on defense, confuse the quarterback, Cortez.
Well, Millville has won the toss, and they will elect to receive. So one of the themes of the night will be keeping that Pennsauken offense off the field. They elect to do so right out of the gates. Pennsauken kicks it deep. Bowman and Jones back to receive. Bowman takes it at the 10. He will run left, and he will be dragged down just outside the 34-yard line. A nice return there for Daquan Bowman, so good field position to start for the Bolts. And here is the starting quarterback for the Thunderbolts, and that is Shaq Lee, a two-way player, as are so many of these Thunderbolts. Shaq Lee, second-year quarterback and all-conference defensive player, but Lee has had one heck of a season, 800 yards throwing, but his main job tonight, turn and hand to Alquan Jones.
You may have to step up, though, to make a little separation in this game because the defense will be king on number 4.
Jones alone back in the backfield. Shaq Lee in the shotgun. Takes the snap, looks to Jones. He'll take it himself up the middle. A nice pickup of about 7 yards. He's piled up there. A gang tackle by the Indians, but a nice gain on first down for Millville. Gain of 6. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Great job there by the quarterback. Everyone is keying on the running back as we look at the starting lineups here tonight.
The big man in the backfield, Alquan Jones, Sabir Boyer, Rashawn Sorrell, the wideouts, along with Daquan Bowman, Marshall McCann, the tight end. Meanwhile, Tyndall, Garrett, Cessna, Whitelam, and Gandy, the offensive line for Jason Durham's squad. This time, Lee sets up under center. He will hand to Jones up the middle, a gain of about 2. So an early third down for the Millville Thunderbolts. Chance for Pennsauken to make an early statement here. Defensive substitution. Meantime, the defensive lineup for the Pennsauken Indians. Big boys up the middle, and they'll need them tonight. Mitchell, McDonald, Bordley, and Ingram, the defensive line. The backers are great for Clinton Tabb's club. Copes, West, and Williams. And in the secondary, Thomas, Simmons, Williams, and Cortez. So big 3rd and 2 early for Millville. In motion goes Jones. Lee will take it himself past the 45-yard line, just shy of midfield, and it's a first down for Millville. A great conversion there on a pickup of 5 for Shaq Lee.
Great job there by Coach Doran and his staff, knowing that Pennsauken is going to key on the tailback Jones. 2 runs in this game for the quarterback and easily gains the first down on their first conversion of 3rd in the game.
Have to feel like that is a sigh of relief for Millville. Did not want to go 3 and out and give the ball to that potent Pennsauken offense. Again, Jones is the lone back. Lee under center. Coming in motion is the wideout Boyer. They hand it to Jones around right end. He's past midfield into Indians territory. That is a pickup of 7 yards. A nice job getting around the edge. A tackle made by Anderson Copes on the left edge.
As we look at this again, on the far side of the screen, Marshall McShawn, one of the wide receivers, did a nice seal block that really helped Jones get around the corner.
They're going to call it a gain of 6, so 2nd down and 4. Wideout split to both sides for the Bolts as Lee into the shotgun right alongside Jones. He will hand it to Jones, who is stopped at the line. In fact, maybe a short loss. Great job in the middle of the interior line there. That looked like Isaiah Ingram on the tackle, and perhaps even a loss of 1.
Nice delay there on the attempt, but Pennsauken was all over it. They see this delay here, and all over it is right into the backfield. And that's going to be the key for Pennsauken tonight, to get pursuit in the backfield so you can't get by that front line of offense. Good defense there by Pennsauken.
Nice job there by Shaq Lee to deceive that play. We'll see if next time maybe he'll opt to keep it. Looked like he had some room around the right. So now 3 wide to the right for the Thunderbolts on a big 3rd down and 5 to go. This time Lee back to pass. He throws over the middle. It's caught complete to Rashawn Sorrell. He is inside the 20 to the 10 to the 5. He is dragged down inside the 5 at the 3-yard line. A huge gain on 3rd and 5 for the Thunderbolts. A 44-yard completion. So the run first Bolts strike with a big pass.
Sorrell with a great pattern right there. Came from the top side of the screen, came across the middle of the field. The defense is looking for a run all the way. It's a great fake by the quarterback. You see how the linebackers are trailing, and now Sorrell does this all by himself. And if you're a Millville fan, this is exactly how they needed this game to start.
7-play drive to this point. Very impressive through the air there for Shaq Lee. Looked like Anthony Sweet had a chance to make a tackle there, but Sorrell too strong. So now 1st and goal from the 3 for the Millville Thunderbolts. Jones in the backfield. Lee will hand it to him on the right side. Jones is going to be stacked up at about the 2-yard line. Maybe a gain of 1 there, but a very nice job on the line there. Looked like Corey Mitchell on the tackle.
Well, we saw it coming down the field. Pennsauken is playing for that number 4. They're looking for it in that play on the line. On the goal line defense, they got it, and they were ready for it. I think, again, for Millville to be successful, they're going to go to some of these misdirection plays, get it away from 4 a little bit early on.
Looks like Jason Durham knows that Pennsauken will look to stop the run here. Maybe he'll put it in the air again. The Bolts have had success doing exactly that. 2 wideouts for Shaq Lee in the shotgun. Jones into motion. He will get the pitch on the left side. He is into the end zone. Touchdown. So Jones, the workhorse for the Thunderbolts, takes it off the left corner into the end zone, and Millville has drawn first blood.
And of course, we're going to talk a lot about Jones, but that is front line blocking on the left side of this offensive line. Do a great job of some seal blocks, a couple traps there, and allows Jones to get around the outside. As we look at this again, a couple really nice man-on-man blocks in front. You saw that one block there by Rob Ennis, who helped lead him into the end zone.
The freshman, 50 carries on the year and a big block in the state title game. On to kick. The kick is going to be blocked at the line, so that has been an issue for Millville all season long, and this time Alex Price cannot convert. So 6-0. The Bolts will have a touchdown, but they fail on the PAT. Back at Richard Wacker Stadium, 6-0. Millville has an early lead. Rashawn Sorrell will kick it off deep to the tailback for the Pennsauken Indians. He has got it at the 40-yard line. A nice return, so the high-powered Pennsauken offense will take over at their own 42-yard line. A return of 22 yards there, and a nice start for Pennsauken. And leading the Indians onto the field, the dynamic quarterback, Manny Cortez. We will be calling his name a lot tonight. 2 touchdowns away from the all-time South Jersey record. He's got 38 on the season. Right out of the gates, Clinton Tabb's bunch will go 3 wide. Into the shotgun goes Cortez. Copes into motion as the handoff is off the right side, given there by Cortez, but the Thunderbolts having nothing to it. Looked like he stopped right at the line, and Tyreek Thomas, no gain.
Nice job there by Millville. They read it nicely, stayed at home, made a nice play.
Take a look at the offensive starters for Pennsauken. You heard Cortez and Thomas, the wideouts. They are dynamic. Williams, Sweet, and Copes. Corey Mitchell, the tight end. Meantime, Kyle Johnson, Shaq Bordley, Hassan McDonald, Fernando Valdez, and Jarrett Hines, the big boys up front. Cortez back into the shotgun, 2 to the right. He fakes the handoff to Thomas. He looks to throw. He will throw it to the right side. It is caught in the slot there by Amar Williams into Millville territory to the 45-yard line. The big play receiver, 14 yards on the gain, and that is the 1-2 combo for Pennsauken.
Yeah, he's the featured receiver there, and a great play as we look at the starters for Millville.
Nick Tyndall, Antoine White, and Chris Whitelem alongside Norval Powell, the defensive line for Millville. The backers, Marshall McShann, Ed Shockley, and Zabir Boyer. And the secondary for Millville, Alski Downing and Alquan Jones. The corners, Shackley and Rashawn Sorrell, are the safeties. So from the 45-yard line, a new set of downs for the Thunderbolts. Cortez looks to be changing the play at the line. He looks to both sides, back into the shotgun. Cortez has it. He looks to his back to the left. Now he will fake a throw. Now he has Thomas, who stumbles outside the 30. That pass incomplete. A little miscommunication there. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Cortez looking deep all the way for the home run ball. The secondary of Millville does a tremendous job. That's actually a secondary receiver. You see the tailback there. It's covered. Now here's where the linebacker's over pursued, and if he catches this ball, it's probably a 30-yard gain, but Cortez underthrew it.
Pretty nice job there by Cortez to make a little extra time with his feet and then check down to his second and maybe even his third option there. You're right, Tad. An excellent job there by the Thunderbolts. These wide receivers for Pennsauken are absolutely dynamic. They go 3 wide again. Cortez up to the line. Maybe another audible. There goes Thomas in motion, empty backfield. Cortez takes the snap, he rolls left. He looks downfield, he will throw across the middle into the slot. It is caught there by Josh Simmons, and that is a big gain for the Indians outside the 16-yard line. A bullet from Cortez, and it'll be 1st and 10, a pickup of 29 for Pennsauken.
Simmons just runs a crossing route to the far side of the field, and the linebacker couldn't keep up with him. Again, you can see Cortez looking. He waits till he breaks open. There's the reception, and a big gain again is chasing him from behind with Sorrell.
Indians look to go very quickly. 3 wide. Cortez has it. He looks right over the middle. Caught! Touchdown! Justin Anderson Copes. And just like that, Pennsauken answers right back. A 16-yard touchdown strike there from Manny Cortez, and that puts him 1 away from the all-time South Jersey record.
You can just see how talented this quarterback is in Cortez. He gets back the wide receivers on this turf very quick, and that's an easy pitch and catch.
So how's that for an answer? Millville marches down an 8-play drive that results in a touchdown. The Indians take just 5 to tie the game. Now a chance to take the lead as Anthony Sweet on for the PAT. It is up, and the old school straight toe style splits the uprights, and Pennsauken has taken a lead. It is 7-6.
And you see that so many times in high school ball. The extra points are so crucial in these big games, and you can see how much authority Pennsauken had in converting that one here. And that's one of those things that's going to be chasing in that man's mind right there. He's got to think about chasing the points. As you see the end of the play there, they started it in a man, and a great job to just beat the man and wide open. The other thing I'm impressed with here is the leaping ability of these Pennsauken receivers. They get up high.
Cortez has almost an embarrassment of riches out wide. We saw Amar Williams, probably his favorite target, who leads the club with 14 touchdowns, but man, did he distribute the ball there on that drive.
As with that extra point we mentioned, so crucial in this game, Pennsauken with a 1-point lead, leading at 7-6, doing an outstanding job. Boy, I don't know if you're the defensive coordinator of Millville. These guys are scary to look at. They can beat you so many ways.
So in a blink of an eye, Pennsauken takes the lead right back. Once again, it's Jones and Bowman back to receive. Sweet will toe the ball deep here. His club ahead 7-6. That's a 5-play, 59-yard drive, and it took just a minute and 14 seconds. Sweet's kick will bounce inside the 10. It is picked up there by Bowman. Outside of the 30, he will be wrapped up around the 40, stood up, but he will push inside the 44-yard line. Great second effort there by Daquan Bowman, and that's one thing these Thunderbolts have done a great job of, establishing phenomenal starting field position.
And again, you can't be an undefeated team. I know we've talked a lot about in this game with Jones, but you need a lot of help from blocking and return man, and that's just a great job by Bowman. He gets the seam as best he can, and then he pushes ahead for almost 10 yards after contact.
So let's see whether the Thunderbolts will stay true to form, stay patient. They've now seen that quick strike ability of Pennsauken.
Yeah, they don't want to get into a run and gun game. That's a game they're going to lose. They want this ball control, but hey, if you can get down and score, you're going to take it, of course.
They will go 4 wide here. Jones is in the backfield alongside Shaq Lee. 7-6, Pennsauken leads it in this Group 4 state title game. First quarter, as Lee will hand it to Jones, and again, a great job. Stacked up the line, nearly a loss of a yard, but probably 2nd and 10. The interior linemen there, Ingram and McDonald in on the play, and that is a great job bottling up Jones.
And when you look at this from a defensive standpoint, you have to stay in your gaps. And there was a great rush into the backfield there that really wreaked havoc. That was McDonald that got there first. But as a defensive lineman, you have to stay at home. You can't chase where you think the ball is because it's going to be coming to you. And so far, this Pennsauken front line able to read it okay and stay at home.
Clinton Tabb has swapped in some defensive linemen to get a little more beef in there, and it has worked to this point. 2nd and 10 as Lee will go back to pass. He is under some pressure. He's hit as he throws, and that will be well beyond the reach of Zabir Boyer, who looked to have a step on the Pennsauken defense, but the pressure applied on the edge there by Amir Williams, and that prevented Millville from connecting on the timing play.
The key to that, Lee made a great play fake there, and 2 of the linebackers came up the field and had to chase the ball. We're going to look at the contact on Lee here. There's that great fake I was talking about. He stays in to the last second, and he pays the price, but again, a nice play call by Millville. Even though they didn't hit it, they're willing to go down the field and spread the defense. That pays off in the second half.
These linebackers for Pennsauken are something special. Copes, West, and Williams. And Williams, who's got 4 sacks on the year, is very short of getting his 5th sack on the play. There's a bit of a delay on the field. I think Millville considered calling a timeout, but maybe just some difficulty spotting the ball, and we are now ready to go. Our referee tonight, John Villapiano. And to this point, he has seen some fireworks on the field. He will get a workout tonight, Will John. So big 3rd and 10 for Millville. Lee this time under center. He will fake the pitch to Jones. Now back to pass under pressure from McDonald. Near the sideline, he throws deep, and that is going to be incomplete. Once again, intended for Boyer. But again, good pressure from the backside by Hassan McDonald. And it looks like the Thunderbolts will be forced to punt it away.
I still like the play calling, though, of Millville. I think they've done a good job with Coach Durham. A lot of misdirection, couple fakes here. They're looking for a big play down the field. Now, that's what surprises me, though. You would have thought they'd be trying to go up the middle a little more, a little ball control. Their first 2 drives, they're throwing it down the field.
A little bit of a chess match, knowing that Pennsauken will look to take it away. Now, here's Williams and Cortez back to receive the punt from Sweet. It is a high punt inside the 35-yard line. It will bounce there and now gets a Millville bounce inside the 45. It looked like touched up around the 40-yard line.
So that's the chance you take if you're Coach Durham. You're trying to throw the ball down the field. Well, you just had a 3 and out. And here you are handing the ball back to one of the most dynamic offenses in South Jersey. And that man right there, Cortez, with 1 more touchdown pass, is the tied for the all-time single-season lead in touchdowns.
May not be long before he gets that record. A punt of 17 yards, no return on the play. The Indians will take over just inside their own 41-yard line, leading at 7-6 with 5:34 to go in this already exciting first quarter. They're going to spread them out again, our Pennsauken, 4 wide as Cortez stands by Taylor, who will now motion out of the backfield. He will take the snap, and he will tuck it and look to run. Looked like a design draw. Cortez is off and running into Thunderbolts territory, out to the 44-yard line. What an impressive run there from Cortez. We've seen him do it with the arm, and that time he does it with his feet, and that's a Pennsauken first down.
That's a great read by Cortez because there are 7 defensive backs, 4 men rushing, and he just got by them right there. They brought one on a blitz, and it's just a great job by Cortez to see what's in front of him and take what the defense gives him.
He can burn you in so many ways. 15-yard gain there for the Indians, and yet another first down. 4 wide again as Cortez takes the snap. He looks over the middle. Tons of time. He will huck it deep, wide open down the middle. Caught! Touchdown! Into the end zone is Amar Williams, his 19th touchdown on the year. A 44-yard strike from Manny Cortez. And this offense is as advertised, and the Indians are rolling.
That's one to roll up on the tape decks there for Cortez. 40 touchdown passes this year in South Jersey history. Only one of 2 men to do that, and that was too easy. There was a zone coverage on it. Both defenders from Millville looked at each other as the wide receiver went right by him for an easy score.
Well, if you were going to tie the record, that is quite a way to do it. A beautiful spiral here is Sweet. His kick is up, and it is good. So, 2 for 2 for Anthony Sweet, and the Pennsauken Indians are as advertised. What an offensive display to this point. Well, Manny Cortez has tied the all-time South Jersey record for touchdown passes. His 40th has given his Indians a 14-6 lead here with just 5:04 remaining in the first quarter. That was a 39-yard two-play drive, and the Indians are in front by 8. The kickoff caught at the 10 by Jones. He will be stacked up at about the 30-yard line. So rather than Bowman, Jones takes this one, and the Millville Thunderbolts looking to find some way to sustain a drive and keep that Pennsauken offense off the field.
I think it's very important because if you blinked, you missed 2 touchdowns by Pennsauken. Millville can't get into a track meet with Pennsauken. They tried it. We still have 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. They're already down 14-6. They have to stay with the ball control game.
You can understand Coach Durham looking to maybe throw the ball first, thinking that Pennsauken would stack the run, but
you can't afford 3 and outs against this Pennsauken team.
So we'll see what they do here. 1st and 10 from their own 30. He will hand it to Jones. No, he'll keep it himself, Will Lee, around the right corner. He's got a big hole. He will be tripped up inside the 37-yard line. Looked like a pickup of 7. It'll bring up 2nd and 3.
It's a great job by Lee. He holds it as long as he can. Reads the defensive end or the linebacker, which way he's going. You see, he's reading here. He saw how they sucked it in towards the middle. He takes it outside. There's a lot of pressure on Lee in this game to make the right read, and he made it right there.
Josh Simmons on the tackle, and had he not made that shoestring grab, man, Lee could have gone maybe the distance. They're going to call it a gain of 8. It'll be 2nd down and 2. A little bit of a different formation here. 3 in the backfield. They will hand it this time to Jones. He's got the first down and much more out near midfield. He is finally wrestled down by a group of tacklers, including Amir Williams. But that's a first down and almost out to midfield. Pickup of 10 yards for Jones.
And that's kind of what we expected right here. Power running up the middle, 10 yards easy up the field. The offensive line of Millville is very big. In fact, talking a lot of the coaching staff at Millville, it might be one of their biggest and best in as many as 30 years. They are good.
Can they win the battle in the trenches? Seems like that might be the only way to stay in this ball game. We'll see if they feed Jones again here. They will do exactly that. He will be stopped at the line, go around the right corner. A little shimmy inside Pennsauken territory to about the 48. And it looks like a flag for a late hit there. He was outside the boundary after a pickup of 4.
Great athletic effort there on the play by Jones. He saw there was nothing up the middle. Takes it outside, and one of the Pennsauken players in frustration out of bounds threw him to the ground, so they're going to get 15 more.
Well, Jones, 2,100 yards on the season to this point, and that's the last thing Clinton Tabb wants to see is the laundry to tack on 15.
Great job, though, again by Millville. Now they're going back to kind of what we expected. As we'll get a look at this play again, you're going to see him pouncing it outside. Now, again, just like the pros in college, as soon as he gets outside right here, you got to let him go. There's a throw to the ground, and you just can't do that.
I think you're right, Tad. It was the extra little throw, the toss to the ground that cost him.
And there he is, the quarterback with the throw to the ground. So he helps him on one hand and hurts him on that play.
Now that is the two stars in this game locking horns. So first down and 10 at the Pennsauken 33. Down to 3:43 to go in the quarter. The handoff this time to the up man inside the 30-yard line. A nice gain there as it looked like Daquan Bowman out of the backfield, and that's a pickup of 5.
Good job there. Again, misdirection. Everyone keying on Jones. They give it to that man right there on the run, and a nice play. That's Ennis. So Ennis did a great job there. And again, that's the kind of stuff Millville's going to have to do. Misdirection, march it down the field, ball control.
Jason Durham talked about building a program, not just a team. Well, how's that for a program? A freshman, a nice big gain in the state finals. This time, Jones is the lone back. They have stacked the box of the Indians. They hand it to Jones up the middle, and he is very close to a first down. It'll depend on the spot there, but they go back to their horse, and they will say it is very close, and it'll be third down.
Well, they go power rushing right up the middle in front of that big offensive line. I think now Millville has settled in. They've hit their game plan. They've hit their stride. They have a third and a makeable short here. Again, power running up the middle. I think you got to stay with it.
Third down and 1. You'd have to think this is 4-down territory, especially given what Jason Durham has seen from that Indians offense. So they'll line up, 3 in the backfield, a little bit of a power tee. And Lee will take it himself over center, and he's got plenty for the first down. A quarterback keeper there, and that will move the chains.
And when the backfield lines up that tight to the quarterback, it is next to impossible for a linebacker or lineman to see where the ball is. All you can do is hold your ground. And because the offense knows where they're going, they just get a nice push here. And a good job to delay and read by the quarterback there, Lee, to look where the opening was and follow it.
Indeed, a little pause there. A little extra after the play there as Jarrett Hines was in on the tackle at the end on Shaquille Lee. So 2:10 left in the first quarter. A big drive. Millville looking to answer. Trailing at 14-6. First down and 10 at the 24-yard line. Into motion goes Zabir Boyer. They will hand it to Jones. Who else? Over the middle. He's got a big gain near the 15-yard line. Pickup of about 7. And Jones is starting to really get going here.
Yeah, Jones starts out going to the right, makes a real nice cutback to come to his left. And again, he doesn't need a lot of room. And this Thunderbolts offensive line has done a real nice job. They're blocking straight on. He just reads what he has, cuts it back to the left, and gains about 8.
Hassan McDonald has been all over the place. He's got 4 or 5 tackles here tonight, but not able to bring down Jones until a gain of 7. Here is another give to Jones. This time he's stacked up at the line. A very nice play there by the defensive lineman, Kyle Johnson. And that will be a pickup of 1 and set up yet another big third down. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Johnson did a nice job of getting around his block, getting pursuit in the backfield. And that's why they were able to catch him early on. But again, the good running backs like Jones still able to get some positive yardage at there. And you see the big lineman in there on the tackle. Good job of beating his block.
Little Barry Sanders-like, not only shifty, but he can get lost behind those big linemen. 3rd down and 1. Jones and Lee in the backfield. Lee fakes the pitch. He will take it himself up the middle into the end zone. Touchdown, Shaq Lee. A beautiful bluff, and he takes it all the way into the end zone for the touchdown. And the Indians have drawn within 2.
Very impressed with the coaching staff of Millville and their plays. Not only was that a great read there, but they do a great job because everyone is looking at number 4, Jones. Wherever he goes, that's where they go. You can see all the red shirts are going to the right. Once he gets by that first player, that's it. It's a touchdown. And now our first big play of the game.
And no surprise here, Jason Durham is going to go for 2. He's already had 1 PAT block, but every point will be precious in this ball game. So down 2, 14-12. Millville will look to go for 2. This time Lee fakes the handoff to Jones. He again keeps it himself. Tackled, looks like short of the goal line, and he will be stopped the attempt is no good. So not really a gamble for Durham, but he goes for two. Lee keeps it himself. Are you surprised to not see the ball get into the hands there of Jones?
Well, again, what they do, you put it in the hands of your quarterback, Lee. He's got to read it. So Lee is reading this play here as you look at that touchdown to get them in before the 2-point. Now, again, it's in Lee's hands right here. He's reading. He can't do because Pennsauken takes the pitch man away. That's a great job on the defense there. Tyreek Thomas came in, and there was no pitch, so he had to keep it.
So many two-way players on both these clubs, Tad, and that's something you see a lot at the high school level, particularly these two programs. You see the starting running back for Pennsauken, Tyreek Thomas, make a great play there. And will that be a factor later in the game, these guys wearing down, playing it both ways?
Well, you're playing on adrenaline right now. I'm sure these guys are still fired up. We're in the first quarter. As you get to the fourth quarter, absolutely, especially if you're running back and you're pushing hard, you are going to be tired. But again, because both teams are doing it, it's just going to see what happens. That just about cancels itself out.
Well, we were expecting fireworks, and we have gotten them. The first quarter winding down, 43 seconds remaining. It is 14-12. Pennsauken leads, and they are set to get the ball back. Sorrell will kick it deep, and it is going to bounce inside the 20. It will be picked up there by Amir Williams. Near the 25, he is stacked up and brought down almost to the 30-yard line. A decent return there by Williams of 13 yards, and that is exactly where the Pennsauken offense will take over once again.
We're playing this game on the championship game here on the turf at Rowan University, and we were down the field before the game. It is very, very hard out there, Will, and when you're getting tackled, getting hit, it's hard enough, but this ground is very hard.
On a cold night like tonight, I do not envy those young men. Cortez is having one heck of a night. He's tied the Jersey State record with his 40th touchdown pass. He's 4 for 5, 105 yards and 2 TDs. They will go 3 wide again as into motion comes Simmons. They will hand to Thomas around the right corner, but nothing there. A very nice job there by the Thunderbolts. He is stacked up right at the line. It'll be 2nd and 10.
It's a great job of staying at home. You see Ed Shockley right there. Shockley read that all the way, came right around the block. As they go with it here straight up, Shockley sees it all the way, comes in there and makes the tackle.
It comes as no surprise, these clubs both veteran-laden, but Shockley, one of the real defensive leaders, the middle linebacker, and he is just a sophomore. As the first quarter comes to a close here, they will walk to the sidelines, will the Thunderbolts.
And the broadcast, Coach Tab played for both Pennsauken and Rowan. I asked him if this is kind of a double homecoming for him, and he said, you know what, I didn't think I would be affected, but once I stepped off the bus, I was. He said, I saw my old coach, I was in the locker room and showed my team where my locker was. So high emotions here for a coach who's so familiar with this field. Will, back to you.
Thanks so much, Alexa. A 5-yard keeper by Manny Cortez around right tackle to set up a 2nd and 5. But, Tad, it really is a cool story as Clinton Tabb makes a homecoming here where he was a star at Rowan.
And he played in 2 Division III championship games, some very successful teams here that were started by John Bunning, a former pro linebacker in the NFL. And, again, it just can't take you over. Anytime you go back to your old high school or old college, you definitely get caught up in the emotion.
So 2nd and 5, 14-12. Pennsauken leads it. It is a pass out to the left flat. It is caught there by Bowman and into the past the first down marker. He will dance, and Amir Williams, it looks like, will pick up the first down by maybe a hair, and that is a big, big conversion for Pennsauken.
Pretty easy call to make. You get it out to Bowman, out at the wide receiver's position, because he's got a 10-yard cushion and a great shake and bake move to get by the cornerback. He completely undressed Downing on that one for the first down.
Timeout is going to be called here by the officials as they will look to sort out maybe an equipment issue. It looks like over to the sideline, Marshall McShann has a little something going on with the uniform. There's Coach Tabb, and talking to him on the phone, he could hardly control his excitement for this program, and not just personally, but for these young men who have come back to the title game for the first time since his senior year in 1996, a game they lost to Mainland.
And in the last title Pennsauken had won was 25 years ago, and the fans out in the parking lot, they were out there very early tailgating. They are very aware that they can win this game, and they are charged and ready to go.
It was a college atmosphere here today before the ball game. So everybody back in order as McShann to the sideline. So 1st down and 10 to go from the 39-yard line. Cortez back to pass. He looks over the middle. He will throw deep, and that ball is going to be deflected and almost intercepted there. That'll be ruled incomplete. Looked like the safety, Alski Downing, on the near interception. And Cortez, the batted ball, he gambled there into double coverage.
Yeah, he tried to go to Copes. You can see him. He's holding. He's waiting for Copes here to break free. Now both defensive backs are there, and look at the athletic ability to get up there. That's a great effort, too, by Shaquille Lee. As soon as the ball is tipped, grabs him up high. I don't know if he grabbed the face mask or not. Got the top of the helmet. That's a great job defensively.
Gets it at the highest point. Copes had 2 TDs in the semifinal win over Triton, one of Cortez's favorite targets. Cortez back to pass on 2nd and 10. He's got Amir Williams, and that is a nice grab there by Williams. Athletic, acrobatic grab, a pickup of 7. And it'll set up another 3rd down.
Great catch there. Usually in high school, you don't see receivers catching the ball like that. He has to reach way back and up high, able to make that catch. There are not many high school wide receivers that can make that play.
And you see all the formations and all the plays that these Pennsauken Indians are running that time. Williams came all the way across the flat and wide open on the sideline. A great catch to set up a 3rd and 3. Cortez into the shotgun, 4 wide for the Indians. He will take the snap, looks left, he will keep it himself, he will run for the 1st down and then some. A missed tackle there by Nick Tyndall, one of the team captains, as Cortez will carry it to about the 43-yard line. A big gain for the Indians and another 3rd down conversion.
That play is always going to be there for Cortez. The way they spread the field, there is no white shirts in your picture at all. He sees that, takes off, an easy job on the 1st down, and just a nice read again by Cortez.
You can see from Cortez there, he has got a bit of a flair for the dramatic. The tri-colored socks, and he has done a little bit of everything in this ball game here tonight.
And you can see the socks right there. You definitely can't miss them.
Looks like a 4th of July party on his ankles as Cortez in the shotgun is ready. He will be back to pass. 4 go deep again. Cortez flushed out of the pocket, and he will again tuck it and run. He's got a huge opening. Inside the 30, and he will be stacked up at the 24-yard line, and a huge gain of 19 there for Manny Cortez, and he is putting on a show.
Millville's got to be saying to themselves, what else can we do? They do a great job of They have a great job of covering the wide receivers down the field. Cortez here, look at the blocking in front. There's one man that comes close, and now there's free sideline. There's nothing but green in front of him, and he goes down there, does a great job. Great job by the offensive line.
Got to pick your poison for the Millville defense. 4 rushes and 47 yards for Cortez. Copes and Williams switch spots on the outside as now Cortez will come to line, and I believe Coach Tab is going to call a timeout as they did not like the look of that Thunderbolt defense there.
And again, if you're Millville, you're trying everything that you can, but man, Pennsauken is just very impressive with their offensive game in the air, as well as, again, the way the quarterback Lee reads it and able to take it down the field.
Coach Tab this week was generous enough to talk with us, and one of the things he said was exactly that. He wanted to really emphasize to Manny Cortez, first of all, he's a 17-year-old kid. He knows that the record's out there. They're a throw-first program, but as we've seen tonight, if they're going to defend the pass, put the nickel and dime packages out there, there's going to be a lot of real estate for Manny Cortez on the ground, and he has really taken advantage of that tonight. Cortez in the shotgun, he looks over the top. The throw intended for Williams. It is dropped at the 2-yard line. He had some separation there. Cortez puts it on the money, and a rare drop from Amir Williams.
Well, they just tell Williams, go to the pylon, I'll throw the ball to the pylon, you get there. And Amir got into a little bit of a pushing match. You see, this is just a jump ball. This is go up and get it. And it was just thrown behind him a little bit. If he is led, that would have been touchdown pass number 3. You see it again.
Almost that old back shoulder play, but Williams could not haul it in. So 2nd down and 10 to go. On the 10th play of the drive is Cortez. Stands alongside Tyreek Taylor. Into motion goes Josh Simmons. As Cortez will roll out to the left, he will throw into the end zone. This time, Williams makes no mistake. He hauls it in. Touchdown, Indians. Amar Williams has his second touchdown of the game, this time a 24-yard strike. And with that, Manny Cortez stands alone, the all-time South Jersey record holder with his 41st touchdown pass.
Well, we all played pickup football when we were little. Go down to the Buick, make a turn here. As you see dropping back with it is Cortez. This is just ad lib. He says, go, I'm going to throw it to you. Right at the pylon, there it is, and there's the record touchdown.
These two have just such unbelievable chemistry. This is their fourth year together, and it showed there.
Wow, the crowd looking for 50 points today with the cheerleaders.
Sweet on for the extra point, and for the third time tonight, it is up, and it is good. And with that, Pennsauken answers back, and they now lead it 21-12. An offensive explosion here at Richard Wacker Stadium on the campus of Rowan University. 21-12, Pennsauken leads it, and they will kick it deep. Bowman and Jones back, and Bowman, for the third time tonight, has it outside the 25 on the run. He will be brought down. A very nice play there by Tyreek Thomas. And a return of 12 yards, and that's where the Millville Thunderbolts will go back to work trying to stem the tide here against this Pennsauken club.
I've been very impressed with this Pennsauken offense. We look at their defense here. They come into this game with one loss. They lost to Camden Catholic, a powerhouse in South Jersey. I'd love to watch that game and see how they did it, because this Pennsauken team is good. And Millville's doing a heck of a job right now staying in this game.
Both these teams as advertised, and the chemistry between Cortez and Williams, the difference to this point in this one. Shaq Lee will hand it to Jones around left edge. He will get wrapped up and evade a tackle. He bounces it back out. A nice second effort there by Jones. Man, is he hard to bring down, a gain of 8.
Well, that's a young man knowing that this is it for the season. Lay it out. It's all or nothing. He's not going out of bounds. So he plants his foot. Good blocking in front. You see 3 blockers in front. He could go out right there. He says, no, I'm going to stay on my feet. I'm coming back in. Picks up a couple more blocks. It's a great effort. What a great player.
So 2nd and 2 for the Thunderbolts. Alquan Jones, 12 carries, 45 yards, and the touchdown score. The Stars have come out tonight. Lee in the shotgun. He will fake the hand and keep it himself, but the Indians are not fooled at all. A very small gain, if any. Stacked up at the line is Shaq Lee.
Well, we talked earlier about staying at home, and that's what that young man did right there. He looks up, and all of a sudden he's got a quarterback right in front of him. You see it here. As Lee's going to take it, turning around, beating the block, and runs right into number 69. That's got to feel good.
It'll be a 3rd down and 1 upcoming for the Millville Thunderbolts. They will measure this one, but it did not look at all like he got to the stakes. Clinton Tabb has brought some of his offensive linemen in to play defensive line. Kyle Johnson and Jared Hines both in there, the bigger boys, and well, it was pretty close there. It looks like about 6 inches, so 3rd and inches for the Bolts.
Well, how'd you like to be your quarterback staring at 6'4", 265 and Kyle Johnson right in front of you? You're not going too far once he gets his arms around you.
Where's the beef? It's right in the middle of that Pennsauken line. See if they run right at those big boys here. 3rd and inches inside their own 40-yard line, so you would have to think if they don't get it here, they might look to punt. Big play early in this ball game. 21-12. Millville trails. They will hand it to Jones around left corner. He has got the first down, and he may go. He is around inside the 40 to the 30. He cuts back and is pushed outside there at the 35-yard line. So he gets a lot more than the inches needed. Jones showed off the wheels there.
Well, everyone was stacked inside on the goal line defense. They put one wide receiver up the top side of your screen who helps with the block. And again, as we were told by the coaches, once he gets a little bit of daylight, look out. As Jones takes it down the sidelines. That is a huge play. That is just what the doctor ordered for Millville.
Gain of 38 for Alquan Jones. Looked like maybe Pennsauken was expecting him up the middle. He burst outside the edge and a huge gain. So now Millville with the ball at the 28-yard line, 1st and 10, trailing at 21-12. Again, 3 in the backfield as now Sorrell will go in motion, takes the pitch, and at the line of scrimmage, he will scamper out of bounds after a short gain. Nice job there by the linebacking crew, particularly there. Isaiah Ingram bottled him up and put an end to that play.
And that's what Millville has to do from time to time. We talk a lot about Jones, but other players are going to have to carry the ball from time to time and step it up, and that's what they try to do there. And again, it keeps the defense honest.
Pickup of 2. Sorrell on this season did carry the ball 25 times. So 2nd down and 8. Sabir Boyer joins Ennis and Jones in the backfield here. Cortez will hand it to the freshman Ennis, and he has got a nice padding inside the line, short of the 1st down, but picked up 6, and that'll set up a 3rd and 1.
Good job there. Again, everyone chasing number 4 and the fact that Jones there, and they come back the other way. So even kind of got our cameraman there. But a good haul in front. Good blocking again by Millville. Very impressed with this front line of Millville. They're doing the little things to create some daylight for the running backs, and when they get that, they've been dangerous.
Almost a triple option look there. So now another big 3rd down for Millville. This time 3rd and 3 at the 21-yard line. Jones, the lone tailback. They stack the box to the Indians. They expect run here. Into motion goes Boyer. They hand it to Jones, and he is going to be bottled up at the line. The Indians knew what was coming, and they were right there. So decision time here now for Jason Durham.
Well, it's 4th and almost 3 here after a good defensive play by Pennsauken. As we look at it here again, penetration into the backfield. A real nice job there to get in the backfield and make the play by McDonald. And you're going to go for it here in high school ball from the 20-yard line, and we'll see what kind of play they come. Do they go with the big man or go with someone else?
4th down and a long 2 to go here from the 20-yard line. Hassan McDonald has been everywhere. Turning point in the ball game. Lee barks under center. He will hand it to Jones. Jones gets the edge, and he has got the 1st down. He is brought down at the 15. They go off left tackle there again. That has been a popular spot when they've needed a gain. And again, it proves fruitful. A gain of 5 and a huge sigh of relief on the Millville sideline.
Isaiah Ingram shot the gap. He'll be coming out the right side of your screen. That's just a great read by Jones to plant his foot, take it outside, and another big conversion for Millville.
Now they run it behind the captain, Nick Tyndall, and man, they have reaped the benefits of that big boy at left tackle. So this is the 8th play of the drive. It is a little bit of a blown play, and Lee is going to be tackled right at the line of scrimmage. Looked like Sorrell was going in motion, maybe missed timing there as Lee is thrown to the ground. He was looking for Sorrell in motion, but that play kind of blew up, and no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10.
We talk about the pressure on the quarterback. He looked like he wanted to run that all the way, and Pennsauken was all over. As you mentioned, looked like some indecision with what he wanted to do with the ball. He saw maybe a bad angle from the running back you're not used to giving the ball to, so he just turns and runs with it.
So Millville started by throwing the ball. They have not done so here of late. It looks like that Pennsauken defense is really starting to key into the backfield now.
Well, now's a good try if you want to open it up a little bit. 2nd and long.
They are really gambling on and keying on Jones and Lee. Into the shotgun. He will look to pass indeed over the middle. That ball is intercepted in the end zone. It's Tyreek Thomas, and he's going to bring it out of the end zone to the 10, to the 20. He's got some running room out to the 28, 29-yard line. And a big mistake there by Shaq Lee. They do gamble. They come up deuces. That is a spectacular interception there by Tyreek Thomas. The running back has his 1st interception of the year and could not have picked a better time for him.
Well, Will, we both felt it up here in the press box. They go to the throw, and it's there. It was just overthrown, and a great job to read it by Tyreek Thomas. You can see it here. He's got the receiver, but he overthrows the ball. As you see, trying to get that there with Downing. That's a great read on the play by Thomas to bring it back nearly to the 30-yard line, and a huge play in this game.
You have to think that Millville, looking at this Pennsauken offense, must make the most of their chances, particularly in the red zone. They come up empty there. Now with 5:30 left, a handoff in the backfield from Manny Cortez. That'll be a short gain on 1st and 10. And Pennsauken, you'd have to think, looking to just pile it on here as Marquise Thornton got the carry there. And it'll set up 2nd and 9 after a gain of 1.
Nice job on the draw for Pennsauken, making a nice defensive play by McShawn. And as you look at this game, Millville, when they go to throw, well, they have to convert, and they didn't there. And that's going to be a big play I think we're going to talk about as this game moves on.
Pennsauken going to spread it out once again. 2 wideouts to each side. Single coverage there is Cortez with Thornton in the backfield. He will look to pass Will Manning. He tucks it. Looking, he is under pressure, and he will be tackled out of bounds. Great coverage there. We said they had man coverage, and everyone did a fantastic job in that Millville secondary.
And that's why Pennsauken is so scary. The secondary is sometimes putting 7 men, 7 defensive backs in, and a lot of time to throw here for Cortez. And look, he's waiting. He's looking. Look at the defensive line. They know the play's going to the left. Cortez still looking downfield and able to get out of bounds. Good job to keep him out of bounds by McShawn.
Marshall McShawn and Chris Whitelam there on the tackles, and that will set up a third. Hey, wouldn't this be a big answer for Millville after the interception if they could force a 3 and out? Pennsauken leads it by 9. Cortez takes it in the backfield. He will roll right, and he's under some huge heat, and he will evade one tackle. Now comes back around to the left side. He's going to look deep down the field. He tucks it and runs to the 35, outside to the 40. What a play by Cortez, and he may go down the sideline. 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, 68 yards. There are flags down on the field at about the 20-yard line. Maybe a block in the back late in that play. And wouldn't that be a shame, because that was a highlight reel run for Manny Cortez.
That would have been your play of the game, and unfortunately, as he was just about to go in the end zone, he gets inside the 10, trailing behind him. There was an illegal block, and the Pennsauken coaches are beside themselves upset, but that's coming back.
And it was long after Cortez had passed those blockers, it looked like, and we'll wait for the call.
Think about that.
Indeed, it is a personal foul on Millville, so perhaps the touchdown will stand. And indeed it will. They're going to pick up that flag, and indeed that is the play of the ball game. Look at Cortez escape.
The coach is probably saying, get rid of it, throw it out of bounds. Cortez keeps going. Now here he comes up the sideline, gets a great block right there, sends him down the side. Now the flags come in right about here to the right off our screen, but what an individual effort. Manny Cortez, we've been talking about his passing ability, but man, oh man, what a run there. Wow.
68-yard touchdown for Manny Cortez, and what a block there on the edge at about the 20-yard line.
Well, you say 68 yards in a straight line. Let's add the other 68 yards he ran back and forth across the field, and he has to go back and play defense.
No kidding. So, on the brink of a huge third down stop, the Thunderbolts give up a big touchdown run, and after the interception, the Pennsauken Indians have struck again. They've got their 4th touchdown on the board, and we've still got some time in this second quarter.
I think the signal where there was they're going to put the penalty on the kickoff, I believe is what that signal was.
Here's Anthony Sweet back for his 4th PAT attempt, and just like the first 3, that one is up and good. Well, it has been the Manny Cortez show tonight. 28-12, Pennsauken leads Millville with 4:23 to go. And after the personal foul penalty, Pennsauken will kick it off from the Millville 45, as Sweet will kick it deep, and that one will get through the end zone with a 15 yards. So it'll be a touchback for the Millville Thunderbolts, and you'd have to think this is a must answer from their 20-yard line.
Well, Millville sees the clock. They have 4:23 to play here in the first half, trailing at 28-12 after one of the most magnificent offensive plays you're ever going to see. And you see some of the stats for Cortez there. He has been flawless in this game, and those are just his passing stats.
That's the 10th touchback of the year for Anthony Sweet, and we'll see what Millville has in store. 28-12. They've had success, have the Thunderbolts, particularly on the ground in this ball game, but a big mistake by Shaq Lee, and his counterpart, Manny Cortez, makes him pay with a 68-yard Houdiniac. Lee under center, Jones right behind him. In motion goes Sorrell. They will stack the box, look to blitz, now back it off. They hand it to Jones off left guard. He will dash out near the 25-yard line, a pickup of 5. And Alquan Jones, a predictably heavy load, and he has done a nice job tonight.
And you can see he's not a very big guy. He's well under 200 pounds. 300 carries this season, averages almost 30 carries a game. And you know the other team is keying on him, and he's still getting 4 and 5 yards a carry.
They're nearly on pace for that exact type of a night. 16 carries for 94 yards and a touchdown. So just shy of the century mark. They're going to bring in the freshman Ennis now. He's split behind Shaq Lee. Into motion goes Jones. The fake handoff to him. Lee going to look to throw. Rolling to his left. He will find Ennis out past the 32-yard line. A nice gain and a very nice play design there. A throw on the money there. So maybe they try to get the rhythm back there for the quarterback, Shaq Lee.
Yeah, an excellently designed play because it gives your quarterback a chance to roll left. You usually get pretty good protection on this. You have your back coming across the middle, your wide receiver there, and you get out of bounds to stop the clock. Well done.
Ennis has been a contributor here tonight, the heir apparent to Alquan Jones, and he's been a factor in Jason Durham's game plan. A little bit of a different look here with 3:38 to go. Down by 16. Millville needs points, and they need them badly. Lee back to throw. He's got a man wide open into the flat, and that ball is caught and into Pennsauken territory. An excellent catch there by Marshall McShann, the tight end. A pickup of 20, and that's a big gain for the Bolts.
And that's what Millville's going to have to do to get themselves back in the game. Great protection, very well thrown ball. That's got to be a blown coverage because McShann was wide open. As you see it again, a lot of time here on the play for Lee, and that's just a beautifully thrown ball.
Well, we've been talking a lot about Cortez, but nobody throws the ball more beautifully than Shaq Lee. That is a perfect spiral.
A nice, easy ball to catch if you're a wide receiver.
So down to 3:14 in the half. Inside the 50-yard line, they fake the handoff to Jones, and again Lee throws deep a spiral. This time is almost intercepted there. That time it was Amara Williams, the star wideout, playing that free safety position, and almost another interception. Those safeties have tracked the ball out of the air from Lee.
Beautiful fake right here. Now they're looking for the home run ball down the near sidelines. This one right into your living room. And almost picked off, as you mentioned there, on the play by Williams. And as we get another look at this here, great job of picking up the block by Jones. And I thought for a second there might be pass interference on the near side of the field as Simmons kind of got tied up with the wide receiver, but they let him play on.
Looking for one of his favorite targets, Zabir Boyer, but not able to make that connection. 2nd and 10. They will pitch to the up man Bowman, and he will get inside the 40, near to the 35. That's a nice gain there. The pitch to Daquan Bowman, a pickup of 13. And with just under 3 minutes to go, they move the chains.
Great job on the shovel pass there. I think it caught Pennsauken off guard. We talked about it early on when Millville first got the ball. You see the back trails. They get the shovel pass there, and he's wide open. Very impressed with what Jason Durham has done in this game. As we'll watch the hit, the quarterback goes down very hard as he is drilled on the play by Isaiah Ingram.
Nice toughness there by Shaq Lee. Corey Mitchell and Manny Cortez on the tackle of Bowman after that pickup of 13. There goes Ennis. He will get the ball, but he is stacked up at the line off left tackle. And that will be no gain and set up a 2nd and 10 as the clock winds down to 2:29 here. And Millville, I believe, will use one of their timeouts here, and that's a good decision there by Jason Durham.
Remember, Ennis, who ran the ball there, is just a freshman. It's got to be very difficult for him because that's a feel play. You have to feel the ball in your gut with the quarterback there, and he kind of hesitated, and that's what cost him on that play.
First timeout for the Bolts, and I think they look to maybe catch Pennsauken a little bit surprised there. And the run just did not work, so a good job there by Jason Durham to go ahead and use his timeout. Fans want to relive all of today's action again and again? Check out the NJ.com Game of the Week for complete game rebroadcast from the convenience of your computer 24/7. You'll also find archived games from this past season and more. The Star Ledger and NJ.com, everything high school sports.
Well, with 2:25 to go here in the first half, Millville is in a must-score situation. They have to get the ball down the field before the half, and they need a touchdown.
And it's interesting, they're not exactly a quick strike offense, but they need to hurry here.
They have time, and they've got timeouts, and they've shown the ability to do it.
So from the 37-yard line, a 2nd and 10 with 2:25 to go. Into motion goes Sorrell in front of Lee, who takes the snap. He looks left. He will throw and complete it to Daquan Bowman. Bowman's got some running room. He cuts back over the middle and very close to a first down. Looks like he got past the stakes there. Bowman featured heavily on this drive, and that's a very nice play. A gain of 11 and indeed a first down.
Nice job by the coaching staff. They sent Sorrell in motion top side. His job is just to block upfield, and that's what helped send Bowman down the field a little bit. Again, another wrinkle we haven't seen from the coaching staff of Millville.
Almost a little bubble screen there, and they are opening up the playbook, are the Thunderbolts. So towards 2 minutes left in the half. 1st and 10 from the 27. They will hand to Jones. He's got running room inside the 20. He will be dragged down, stumbles forward near the 15-yard line. And a very nice pickup near the first down marker. Looked like he picked up 9. And Anthony Sweet on the tackle. It probably prevented Jones from taking that one to the house.
The little things, again, a great fake that really helped the linebacker.
Thunderbolt's going to hurry as Lee will throw, and that ball is bobbled, but then hauled in by Sorrell, and he is right at the stakes. That should be enough for a first down. And he gets out of bounds, so that will stop the clock with 1:36 to go.
Great athletic effort by Sorrell. He double clutched it, the junior, but was able to keep his eye on the ball and not only catch it, but get out of bounds as we look at it here again. That's the delay up the middle we talked about there on the rush by Jones the play before, and they do get the first down on the last play.
1st and 10, just
so they do have time, 2 timeouts remaining, 1:36, and the ball will be spotted at the 16-yard line as the chain gang gets reorganized on the far sideline. 28-12, Pennsauken, their high-flying offense. They lead the Millville Thunderbolts by 16. Lee in the shotgun, flanked by Jones, and the snap is bobbled right into the hands of Lee. He will go around left tackle inside the 10-yard line. So a nice recovery there on a bobble, very nearly fumbled, but Lee does a nice job to corral and a pickup of about 7 yards.
It almost looked like Jones was going to take this early on. He reached up to grab it. Maybe that threw a couple defenders off, but again, great blocking on the left side of the offense from this Millville team. Look at these white shirts pushing up the field 3 and 4 yards. Also a nice block thrown by Jones. He's not afraid to get out there and get dirty.
And Nick Tyndall and Jimmy Cessna, the left side of that line, they have really had their way. So that'll set up a 2nd down and roughly 4 to go as they will pitch the ball. No, as Lee keeps it himself inside the 5, near the goal line. He is stacked up there. That's going to be a first down for the Thunderbolts. Nice job keeping it there by Shaq Lee. Plenty enough for the first down. It'll set up 1st and goal.
Well, Will, we talked a lot about the left side of this offense. This is a drop back and run right over your left tackle and left guard, and there was a ton of room and a great second effort by Lee to get them inside the 5.
Tyreek West, the leading tackler on this club. He had 105 in the regular season, and that was a huge tackle to keep Lee out of the end zone. So 1st and goal from the 3-yard line as the clock winds to 1:15. Jones in the backfield. They will give it to him off the left guard right behind Jimmy Cessna, but he will be tackled. Maybe a small gain of about 2, and they will near the goal line as the clock hits 1 minute remaining in this first half.
Still plenty of time. You've got your timeouts. You're where you want to be. You're in 2nd down as you look at it again. Just power running, and guess what? To the left side again. Most of their tendencies in this game so far have them going left side. Let's see what they do here.
Nice job there by Shaquille Bordley and indeed Manny Cortez. They hand it off left guard into the end zone. Touchdown for Millville. That was a much-needed score. They answer back as the half winds down, and they will draw within 10, and you would think maybe go for 2 again.
You're going to have to go for 2 in this situation. Down 10, you realistically don't have a field goal kicker, so you got to chase the points. As you look at it again, it's that left side blocking. Boy, even up there on that left side, Josh Garrett blocking number 59, had his helmet knocked off, finished the block, and helped lead him into the end zone.
Shaq Lee, another touchdown. This time takes it himself off left guard, his 2nd touchdown run. He's got 53 yards on the ground. This time he will fake the pitch to Jones, looking to throw around the left edge. He will flop it into the end zone, caught there, and that is a 2-point try converted by the Millville Thunderbolts, and that'll make it an 8-point ball game.
Well, that looked like a schoolyard ad-lib pass there. That was not a textbook throw as Zabir Boyer, the senior, took it in. Great job to roll to his left by Lee and just kind of pushed it out here. You see him delay, nice delay here. Now he's looking upfield. Now watch this throw. He's just going to push it like he's shooting a little bit of a jump shot. But again, he got it there, and for a receiver, that's an easy ball to catch. A lot of high school quarterbacks will whip out and zing that right at the receiver. He just placed it in there, didn't panic, and a great play.
Both these quarterbacks have done such a nice job buying extra time with their feet. That was a busted play, but Boyer and Lee, a lot like Williams and Cortez earlier in the ball game, on the same page, and they come up roses.
So Millville did exactly what they needed to do. They got the score. They got a 2-point conversion. It's within 8 points. Now, this is where you got to be careful. Pennsauken can easily score with 42 seconds and some timeouts.
They have proven that. One drive was 34 seconds in this ball game, so they have done it already in this ball game. 28-20, 42 ticks left in this first half. It has been a wild one and a very entertaining ball game. Remember, Pennsauken will get the ball to start the second half as well. Sorrell ready to kick it deep. It is Williams, the lone back, inside his own 10-yard line. They're going to kick it onside and out of bounds at about the 41-yard line. Flags will be thrown, but obviously that's for kicking it out of bounds, and that won't really hurt him as it goes out of bounds at the 41.
Well, you always hate to second-guess high school players and coaches, but if for some reason Pennsauken comes down and scores, that's a play that coach is going to be thinking about the entire offseason, because you're giving Pennsauken the ball almost at midfield. That was a huge roll of the dice on that one. And again, as an underdog, sometimes you have to do that. If it pays off, you look great. On that one now, he's telling to his defense, guys, I rolled the dice, pick me up, make a play.
So now with 42 seconds left, Pennsauken needs only 56 yards separating them from the end zone and their 5th touchdown of the game.
And when you're dealing with high school kids, points before the half mentally are crucial.
See who can take the momentum into the locker room. Cortez in the backfield will take it into the shotgun, looking right now left. He will tuck. He's got all the time in the world. He's looking. He's got Justin Copes caught at the 45-yard line. He evades a tackler inside the 40, and he may go. Copes down the sideline. He cuts back to the middle. He will be wrapped up at the 10-yard line. That'll be a gain of 46 yards and a big strike from Cortez to Copes.
The wide receivers have been trained very well for Pennsauken. They see when their quarterback Cortez goes to scramble, they just go to an open spot on the field. That's exactly what happens here. There isn't a defender within 10 yards on that throw, and this is just a great effort by Coach to bring it down the field and almost able to get in the end zone.
So it'll be first and goal to go, maybe just outside the 10-yard line, depending where the chains are, and there's going to be a timeout called, I believe, by maybe the Millville defense to get a breather here. Probably not a bad idea with the track meet that is this Pennsauken offense. And you said it, Tad, that short field for Pennsauken, and it looks like they may well cash in on it.
And this is a team you don't really want to do that to, and unfortunately now they're standing at the 10-yard line if you're Millville with 27 seconds to play in this game. So we will see what happens here, but Millville really has their pressure on him here with 10 yards to give up before the half.
It was Millville to take the timeout there, and 27.5 seconds left here in this half. Cortez, 8 of 11, 184 yards and 3 touchdowns. Looking for number 4 here. He looks back to throw. Over the left side, it is out of the reach of the intended receiver, Anthony Sweet, and that will set up the second down.
Well, Sweet had one-on-one coverage on the near side. He just went to the end zone and did a 90-degree turn to the pylon, and Cortez just not able to make the throw there. And again, Millville still hanging in on a 2nd and goal.
This is the part of the field where Amar Williams and Manny Cortez have almost a preternatural chemistry. They've been together for so long, and the two of them almost don't need a playbook in this spot of the field. There's Williams split out to the far right side as Cortez joined by Thomas in the backfield. He takes the snap, looking right. He will be hit, and the ball is out and on the ground, and who recovered it? There's a scrum at the 15-yard line, and they will say that the ball is recovered by Pennsauken, and that is a huge recovery as we've got an injury down
What a job, though, by Marshall McShawn. He came from the lower side of the screen, and he had a clean shot at Cortez. You see it here. He's going to come from the bottom of the screen. Does a great job to get his hand on the ball. Now it's a free-for-all. You see Cortez clearly recovered the ball, and I think that might be Tyler Gandy on the ground. That's just a great job to come in on the pressure, and that's exactly what Millville needed.
Indeed, that is Gandy down on the ground, and we talked about it, Tad. This field is rock hard, and it looked like more than anything he just jammed that kneecap into that almost cement-like turf.
This is a turf field that's been here for a while. We had a good chance to look at it, and like you mentioned, very hard, and that's probably what you're looking at here.
A chilly night here, too, in New Jersey, as the trainers are attending to. Gandy will take a break. You are watching the New Jersey State Football Championships. So they'll bring Gandy off the field. Good to see him up and okay. It is a 3rd down and 17 to go. 14 seconds left in this first half. Clearly 4-down territory for Pennsauken. They've only attempted 1 field goal on the entire season. And with their high-flying attack, they will look to pour it on here as Gandy will make it to the sideline. This Pennsauken offense is ready to go at the blow of the whistle. They'll go 4 wide once again. This time Amar Williams is on the near side. He is in single coverage with Alski Downing. Tough assignment for Downing. See if Cortez heads that way as he is back in the shotgun. Thomas will motion out of the backfield as Cortez takes the snap. There's going to be a flag down. Perhaps a false start there on the right side of the offensive line.
Looked like we had a couple players moving at the same time.
Indeed, it is a false start, and that'll push the Indians back even further. So this well-oiled machine that has been so precise all of a sudden here, a couple of miscues, a fumble, and then a false start. That's their second penalty. It didn't look like a whole lot of movement there. Maybe the receiver in the slot, maybe Simmons, left a little early.
You can't go towards the line of scrimmage, and that's looked like what happened on that play.
So 14 seconds, 3rd and 22. Cortez alone in the backfield. He rolls left, he plants, he looks to throw all the way across the field. That ball is picked off. A great play in the backfield by Alquan Jones, and he's going to run outside the 30. Down the sideline he goes, and a fantastic job there on the tackle by Kyle Johnson, as Alquan Jones had a chance to go the distance there. An interception return of 34 yards as the half winds to a close. But that, another turning point in this ballgame. The first mistake by Manny Cortez. He gambled, and a great job there by Alquan Jones to keep this a 1-possession ballgame.
Only the 4th interception of the year for our quarterback, who's done a great job. Cortez, he tried to force that one. You see it a lot of times with younger players on the high school level. He looked, he was poised, he kept looking. He then looked to the far side, and he went for the jump ball situation. And that's just a great job defensively by Millville. Jones stayed with it, timed his jump, and took it home.
So both teams a little bit of a miscue down in the red zone, and Manny Cortez throws an interception to end the half. However, his Pennsauken Indians still an 8-point lead, 28-20, and had those miscues, the fumble and the penalty, pushed them back and really appeared to take them out of their rhythm.
Yeah, it really slowed things down, and again, Millville, a great job, because again, after they tried that onside kick, a great job to stand their ground. As we look at this play again, Cortez looking, he's just going to throw up for his receiver, go up and make a play, but defender timed it perfectly. That was just a great play by Jones. And then Jones here has a chance to run one back down the sidelines with blockers in front. Just a great defensive play, and that's what Millville needs to keep them in this game.
Well, we're going to head it down onto the field for Alexa, who is with Coach Tab.
Coach, momentum goes back and forth in the first half. What are you going to tell the guys at halftime to sustain this momentum in the second?
I mean, it goes the same way me and you talked earlier. We just have to make sure we tackle. We had him stopped in the backfield a couple times and let the guy loose. I mean, he has 2,000 yards rushing. He has that for a reason. We just need to tackle and run to the ball.
Manny Cortez has been amazing this first half, breaking the record and then running for that 68-yard rushing touchdown. Is there anything this guy can't do?
No, he's been doing that all year. That's why he's probably the best quarterback we feel as though in the state of New Jersey. So as long as we have him on our side, we think we'll be all right in the second half.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, baby.
Good luck. Will, back to you.
I'll take a look at our first half stats. Tad, what sticks out to you?
Well, I look at the total yards to start. We talk about how powerful this Pennsauken attack is, and they finished with 185 passing in the first half, nearly 300. But look at Millville. They're right there. They've rushed for 171, passed for nearly 100. So, again, that's why this game's fairly even. It's just a couple of the bigger plays early on for Pennsauken. That was the difference.
Just about ready to start half number 2. Pennsauken leads it by 8. Let's check in with Alexa.
Hey, Will, we talked to Coach Tab at the half. I also spoke to Coach Durham. He said we have to get some defensive stops. We have to get Cortez on the ground. We have to tackle him. He also said that onside kick was not intentional. I asked him about that. He also said Tyler Gandy is still being evaluated. He is not yet ready to go. Will?
They're going to remember what happens here over the next 24 minutes. And for these players on both sides of the football, well, it is one half to a lifetime of memories.
And for South Jersey football fans, this is a great venue. For the most part here in the state of New Jersey, a lot of the state games at this level are usually played in Trenton North. So tonight, they're playing it here at Rowan in Glassboro, New Jersey, and we have, I can't estimate a crowd, but it is standing room all over the place. And I think South Jersey fans everywhere have got to be real excited that the championship games are in South Jersey.
What do you know? The South Jersey title game in South Jersey. Indeed, a packed house, and they have gotten their money's worth here tonight. It has been an electric first half, and I'm sure more to come as we get set to start the second half. Well, Lamar Williams is back deep to receive. This kick is a little further down the field. It is picked up by Williams at the 20. He runs towards the left sideline. He's got a seam. He is going to be brought down out of bounds there on the edge. And that's a gain of 17 on the return, and the Pennsauken Indians will take over at the 37-yard line.
Sophomore Anthony Stubbs made a real nice play there. There were 2 blockers he had to get by. He held his ground and was able to make the stop there. Otherwise, that had a chance to go to the distance.
No shortage of big plays in this ball game. And a big spot here for this Millville defense, trailing it by just one possession, 28-20 here, but I'd love to give their offense a chance to tie this ball game. Look at those numbers for Manny Cortez, 185 yards in the air and 3 touchdowns.
In one half. There's players in a game would love to have that.
Thomas out of the backfield. Cortez takes the snap. He will find Thomas over the middle into Millville territory. Tackled down there by Shaq Lee at the 46-yard line, so they come out flying. Nice reception on the first play of the half.
Thomas just lines up in the slot and just does a go route straight down the field. Cortez sees him right away, hands it to him. Boy, nobody near him as Millville dropped back into zone. Great job to split the defenders and an easy first down for Pennsauken.
Now that'll put Cortez very near 200 yards, a pickup of 16 there. And Indians into Bolt's territory. 4 wide for the Cortez-led offense. He looks to the right, maybe changing the play. Looks right, now left. Cortez looking right, he will throw, and that one is going to be short-hopped, intended there for Anthony Sweet. And it'll set up second down and 10.
Sweet just goes about 10 yards up the field and goes for an out route on the sidelines. And one of the few bad balls that Cortez makes, and he's talking with his coach right now about that last play and what he saw as you look at it again. He's open on the far side, just underthrew the ball.
It's interesting, that's the same side of the field he threw that interception to. Maybe a little bit less comfortable throwing to his arm side. That one had a little wobble on it. So second down and 10 inside the Millville half of the field. Cortez will throw the bubble screen outside to Williams. He's got running room. He splits defenders. He bounces off a defender inside the 30 to the 20, the 10, the 5, touchdown! Amar Williams, a 47-yard touchdown, his second of the day, and the Indians take a 34-20 lead.
Well, you get it to your key players in open field. That's exactly what Pennsauken did there. They threw the quick screen outside to Williams. He's got one-on-one coverage on the outside. Once you beat that first defender, he's got some pretty clear sailing. Great athletic effort to make that touchdown.
What a connection Cortez and Williams have. Streaking down the sideline, 47-yard touchdown. And Pennsauken back out in front by 2 scores. Sweet has been brilliant as a kicker tonight, and he will keep a clean sheet. 5 up and 5 through. 35-20, Pennsauken. Cortez to Williams once again. The Indians ahead by 15. 4 TDs for Manny Cortez, 3 of them to Amar Williams. Anthony Sweet kicks it off high in the air. It'll bounce at the 21-yard line. It is picked up there by Bowman, but quickly he is taken to the ground by a horde of Pennsauken defenders. And let's take another look at that big strike to Williams.
You see the end of it there as he goes into the end zone, but just what a great athletic effort. You see him coming down the sidelines after the catch, and Cortez knows it. He said, "We are that much closer to a championship."
What a great shot, and something that fans of Pennsauken have seen all season long. Those two connecting on a big strike.
And you think Cortez doesn't know how many touchdowns he throws? Did you see how many fingers he put up as he showed the crowd? Put up 4 fingers.
We talked about the South Jersey record. Well, Manny Cortez is inching ever closer to the overall New Jersey state record. Here's Shaq Lee, and he will keep it off left tackle. He runs past the 40, out near midfield. He's got running room. He will be tracked down there in the secondary. And a flag again laid out of the boundary as Amar Williams chased down Lee, and it looked like another late hit, and that'll tack on 15.
Great run there, a little bit of frustration for Pennsauken at the end. It's going to add 15 yards, and you know, Will, just when you think Millville's out, they get another play. They've been able to do it all night to get themselves back in the game.
Here is the call, indeed, a personal foul for a late hit, so a 34-yard run and tack on 15 more yards. And here is Shaq Lee doing it on the ground.
Great blocking up in front. He even gets a block from his wide receiver. It's going to be on the right side of your screen. Now, at the end of the plays, when you get the flag, right there is where you got the extra call. This will give you a better look at it right here, as hitting him hard at the end was Amar Williams. And
anywhere with a foot in the chalk, that laundry is going to fly.
Especially in high school ball. Very, very tightly officiated.
So all the way down to the 18-yard line, trailing it by 15. Lee will this time hand it to Jones. He's got a big hole on the left side. He's got the edge very near a first down as he's wrangled out of bounds after a gain of 9. Nice play on the tackle there by Tyreek Thomas to spin him out.
Well, we're going to sound like a broken record on this one. Going off the left side, he does a good job of delaying. You can see the end comes in. Beautiful kick-out block right there by Boyer, and that gives him the edge, and a great run again by Jones.
I don't think we'll see any shortage of that, particularly with the injury to Tyler Gandy, the right tackle who left in the first half. We will likely see most of the runs go to that left side. High formation now for the Millville Thunderbolts with 2nd and 1 at the 10-yard line. Here's Jones, and he has got a seam and very nearly gets to the end zone. He's brought down near the 2-yard line, but that'll set up the 1st and goal.
Well, we talked early on about players playing both ways. You have such a big and strong front line for this Millville team. We might start seeing right now the pounding and pounding Millville getting. The holes are getting bigger right now early on in the second half. That's going to make for an interesting second half of play.
So 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. This is a heavyweight bout, and Millville trying to land an uppercut of their own. A triple back formation as Pennsauken ready for the run. They see Jones, and he will scamper into the end zone untouched. Alquan Jones doing his best to keep the Bolts in this ball game. They are back within 10, pending the 2-point conversion.
This Millville team is amazing with their ability to move this ball down the field. They're not as flashy as Pennsauken, but I'll tell you what, this on the line of scrimmage and what they're doing with this Millville front line is very impressive. He almost went into that end zone untouched. Here's another look at it again. The blocking on that left side, very, very impressive.
2nd touchdown run for Alquan Jones, which gives him 28 on the season. They are going to attempt the extra point, and it will inch over the crossbar, and it is good. And with that, we've got an 8-point ball game at 35-27. And Tad, that is an impressive answer.
Yeah, and they needed that extra point right there. You don't want to force and have to go to a 2-pointer early on. And again, Millville has done a great job of keeping themselves in this game. Mentally, you got to feel like as long as we can keep it within 1 score, they got to feel good about what they're doing.
Tyreek Thomas is going to head back to field this kickoff. 9:52 to go in the 3rd quarter. Millville answers back, and they're within 8. Rashawn Sorrell will kick it off, and this one is a chopper into the 35-yard line. It's fielded by the up man there, and he is going to be dragged down at the 47-yard line. Amir Williams, I should say, picked that one up, returned it for 12 yards, and another short field for the Indians.
Yeah, you'd have to think another. There's the kick. You get a great shot. Yep, just kind of top the ball instead of getting at the bottom. It's tough enough to stop this high-powered Pennsauken attack, but now they get the ball at their own 47-yard line. And well, that's just backbreaking for Millville.
Had a little bit of an injury situation. Maybe looks like a little cramp as he's grabbing at his foot. You have to wonder whether Coach Tab is maybe sensing the onside kick there. Amir Williams, who plays the slot receiver position, one of the up men there, generally a spot where somebody bigger, maybe a more of a blocking type would be. So maybe Coach Tab anticipating the short kick. Well, he plays that card, and Williams, the good hands, and a nice return.
Yeah, you want to have somebody up there that's not afraid to touch the ball, and not only that, he was able to move it up the field. A lot of high school programs will tell you just grab it and kneel down, but he's looking to make something out of it.
Indeed, this does look like a cramp on the field. It's Justin Anderson Copes, one of Manny Cortez's favorite targets on the offensive side, and also a very valuable linebacker for Clinton Tab. They're loosening up the right calf of Copes. He's got 2 catches for 60 yards tonight, so that's a big piece of this Pennsauken offense.
And Millville did a good job late in that first half of a little bend but don't break and coming up with a big play. And this whole game has been a game of big plays. It's just a matter of who has more of them in their pocket. And Millville's been able to hang in this game. They have been very impressive with their ability to go toe-to-toe with a very strong team.
Tad, we talked about it in the first half. So many of these players play both ways. It's a cold night. Obviously, adrenaline takes over, but they've got to be exhausted trying to counter these high-powered offenses.
Yeah, it's going to wear you out, especially when you play defense, because when you're offense, you know where you're going before the ball snaps. When you're playing defense, you have to react and use a lot more force to do it, and especially as we get to that fourth quarter, you can really see the cramp and the locking of the leg there. We'll see how it goes.
Good to see Copes up on his feet. Hopefully he'll be able to get loosened up on that sideline. Again, one of the real two-way stars on this Indians club. So Pennsauken will take over at their own 47-yard line with 9:47 to go, leading it 35-27. Manny Cortez in the backfield. He'll take the snap. He looks to fake the throw to the right. Now he goes deep down the right side looking for Sweet. He leaps and catches it. He tumbles down to the ground and at the 21-yard line, unable to keep his feet, but a spectacular grab by Sweet, his first of the day, and a pickup of 26 yards.
That's exactly what Pennsauken wanted to do. They wanted to sucker in the linebackers as they delay. You can see here is suckering in the linebackers as Cortez with that fake. Now he's waiting, and now he's just putting his ball up for grabs. There's 2 defenders there. You tell your wide receiver, go up and get it, and that's exactly what Sweet did. You can't even fault the defense there, Will, because they were in position that just the wide receiver's that much taller and jumps that much higher.
4 touchdowns for Manny Cortez. With his 5th, he would tie the all-time New Jersey State record for touchdown passes. Into motion they go as Cortez takes the snap. He is indeed looking to throw, but first a flag is down, maybe an illegal motion penalty on the Indians, and this is the second time in a row in this part of the field where maybe a drive has started to stall with the penalty for Pennsauken.
Yeah, sometimes you get close to the end zone, you lose your focus, and as you mentioned, that's the second time that they've done. Now they're going to call offsides against Millville, so again, it's actually against Millville and a break for Pennsauken.
So a little motion on both sides, and they say that Millville moved first, and that is not what they want to do, just give 5 yards. So it's 1st and 5. Cortez has now 42 touchdown passes on the season, the all-time Jersey record held by Ryan Carty. You may remember that name. He was the quarterback at Delaware, now the wide receivers coach at New Hampshire. He set the record with 43 back in 2001 at Somerville. A little bit of a wildcat look. Now Cortez back into the shotgun formation on 1st down and 5 from the 17-yard line. Cortez is changing the play. He repositions his backup running back, Marquise Thornton. Cortez looking to run. He's got a little room. Very near the 1st down stake. Picked up, looked like 4 as a scrum brings Cortez to the ground. And that'll set up a very short 2nd down.
I don't know what they saw there, but that's what they went with there on the quarterback. We have an update here coming up.
Down to you, Alexa.
Hey, Will, an update real quick on the Millville sideline. Tyler Gandy came out of the locker room. He is now on the trainer's bench, icing his right kneecap. He is a senior. He is done for the game. We wish him all the best. Will?
It's a shame. And on our monitor, we see that Justin Anderson Copes appears to have overcome his cramping issue, and that is a great sign for this Indian offense. Second down, and they're going to say 2 to go, but it's a short 2 as Cortez looks left. He throws that way. It's caught by Williams. He will be tackled at the 10-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down, but you'd have to say a great job there on the tackle by Alski Downing, limiting that to just a gain of 5.
Well, Alski Downing is out on an island out there. It's all right if you're 10 yards off the ball, but when you see the pass coming, you have to do what Downing did right here. He sees the pass coming, lines up, drives in, and wraps. That's a textbook play. Really well done by Downing. See, he gets a pat on the helmet, too, for a nice tackle.
So it'll be 1st and goal to go. This is just a back-and-forth affair. Defenses can hardly blink, and Pennsauken looking to pad their lead here. Cortez looks a little confused. He looks towards the sideline. A little miscommunication there. He's got the play he wants as he will now edge towards the line. 7:10 to go in the third quarter here. And a flag is going to be thrown deep in the end zone.
I think that's delay a game, I believe. Let's see.
They did take a long time to get the play in, as the Millville players will celebrate.
Yep.
Indeed, it is a delay of game. So, again, Cortez and the Indians faltering a little bit. Of course, with this offense, 14 yards is no feat for them.
Yeah, with most high school plays and teams, that could be trouble. But with a team like this, a quarterback like this, with an arm like this, I don't think it's a big problem. And what they're going to watch here, one of two things. Watch the receiver in the slot with a quick cut and inside, or watch one of the wide end receivers for the jump ball in the corner. That's been what their tendencies have been in this area of the field.
4th penalty for 40 yards for the Indians as they now face 1st and goal from the 14-yard line. Cortez out of the huddle. He will roll right, fakes a pitch, and he's going to be swallowed up in the backfield. That's going to be a big loss of a couple of yards. Antoine White in on the play. And this Millville defense, a little frisky, a loss of 4 yards.
Great play by Antoine White. He saw the play was coming his way, and your job is just to drive for the quarterback. He goes right after the quarterback. Now, had a chance there was Cortez. He had a chance to flip it there. He chose not to. If he flips the ball, they could get a bigger gain, but he decided to keep it. One of his few not good decisions on the night.
DeAndre Cates, the senior, also in on that gang tackle, and a negative play for this Indians offense. Too wide to the right, Amar Williams alone on the left, and you know that's a red flag for this Millville defense. Cortez looks up, and perhaps another delay of game. No, a timeout is going to be called here by Pennsauken, perhaps sensing that clock winding down. Clinton Tabb from the sideline calls a timeout.
Not only from the sideline, he sprinted 15 yards to hit the linesman to give him the timeout. So I'm sure he's practiced that enough here in this field, his home college field of Rowan. And I think it's a good job here because his team just does not look like they're settled right now. They got to get it together. They have a chance to open this game up.
Tad, at the moment, it feels like we started the half with Pennsauken ahead by a possession. It's just kind of been back and forth, a seesaw affair. You'd have to think Millville is trying as best they can to kind of reverse the plot here, get a turnover, get within a possession, tie this ball game. They can't just trade scores, obviously, at this point of the ball game.
And Millville's done a good job when they've been in the red zone thus far in the game. They've been hurt by the big play, but when their backs are against the wall, deep in the end zone, they've done a nice job thus far and done some good reads against the quarterback, Cortez.
Speaking of backs to the wall, it also feels like that in a big spot, Manny Cortez is going to look to his left and see Amar Williams, who has got single coverage with little safety help from Rashawn Sorrell on the left side. Cortez in the shotgun, 2nd down. He will look left. He will throw that way, and it is caught by Williams at the 5-yard line. A great diving grab, and that will move the Indians ever closer to the end zone.
Again, well, you read that all the way, looking for the receiver the entire way. Amar Williams goes straight up the field about 10 yards, cuts to the sideline. Great catch. Now, again, I don't know if he held on the ball or if it hit the ground. This one might tell us here. Let's look at it in slow motion. Oh, yeah, that's an incomplete. He dropped that one. Great job by our crew to pick that one up.
Looked like he trapped that one. Good coverage on the play there by Alski Downing. He has done a tremendous job in this second half, but The call goes the way of the Indians, and it's now 3rd down and goal to go at the 6-yard line. 3 to the right, and again, Williams alone on the left side. Cortez rolls right. He is being chased down. He will plant, throw all the way across into the end zone, and that ball is caught. Is he in the end zone? I think it's going to be close there. Looked like his momentum carried him outside the goal line. That was Justin Copes, the man who was suffering all those cramps. He comes on, and again, it looks like he's going to hobble off the field here. Maybe that calf tightening up again, but he caught the ball in the end zone, but his momentum carried it just back across the plane, so that'll set up a 4th and goal.
Boy, I don't know how he looks like the ball did not quite make it in. I said we're not right on the line. Let's get another look at this again. It's where the ball is, not the player. The receiver is in the end zone, but it's right where the ball makes contact right here. Boy, that is really, really close. Of course, we don't have the best angle we're looking at there. Our crew doing a great job of bringing you a look. Let's look at it here. Is the ball across the line as he makes the play?
Very close.
That's as close as you can get.
You heard me. First instinct was to say that was in real time, not a touchdown, but a second look.
That's close.
That is razor close. So maybe Pennsauken one play before catches a little break, and maybe it goes the other way here. Back at Wacker Stadium, Alexa's got an update on Copes.
Hey, Will, number 27 is cramping on the sideline. Trainer said he is prone to them. He's going to stretch it out and get some water and get right back in the game.
4th and goal from the 1. Cortez is flushed out. He is on the left edge. Did he get in? He lunges. Touchdown! Manny Cortez, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the day, and he is doing it all. He looked to be stopped short, but the 2nd effort enough to get him home.
What a great athletic effort by Cortez. Millville played it perfectly. All the receivers were covered. It looked like they had a chance to stop him short of the goal line, but Cortez on that last reach gets into the end zone. What an effort.
You think that senior wants this state title here? All you need to do is watch this effort at the end.
Oh, hard contact to the helmet. Gets the ball in across the pylon. Here it is coming right into your living room. What a play. What an effort by Cortez. Not only throwing, but running.
Indians have just attempted the extra point, and it is hooked wide by Sweet, and that's a big play in this ball game. It will remain a 14-point margin, 41-27, as Anthony Sweet hooks it wide of the right upright, and it'll be a 14-point ball game.
And Millville got what they wanted there at that goal line. They had a shot, not only Cortez, and they made it really well done. He got him right there on the helmet. As you look at Coach, very happy with that. But what an effort by Cortez to come off that hit. They've got him right here, does Millville.
To me, the impressive thing is how does he keep his knees off the ground right there? I mean, that is acrobatic, a back belly flop across the goal line. I mean, his kneecap's so close to touching down. He somehow stays alive. And that puts the Indians ahead by 2 TDs.
The human highlight reel, there he is. What an effort. What a game for this young man.
Well, he has contributed on every touchdown tonight. He has thrown for 4, rushed for 2. He has got 405 total yards of offense, does Manny Cortez. And this young man has been as good as advertised.
That's not a team. That's one man. 400 yards of offense. Amazing. And we're still in the 3rd quarter.
It's been a slugfest, 41-27. Jones and Bowman back to receive for the Millville Thunderbolts. Sweet kicks it with that left foot. It'll be fielded by Bowman at the 21-yard line. He cuts back to the middle. He loses the football, and it's going to be recovered by the Pennsauken Indians inside the 20-yard line. Anthony Sweet, Johnny on the spot, and that may well be a crushing blow for the Bolts.
Boy, you can see there on the hit. We'll have to get a look at it again. As you see the young man there, Zahid Kamara came in, picked up the ball. Again, almost had a chance to take it up and run it back. As we look at it here again, on the return, there's where the ball comes loose. And a fortunate bounce for Pennsauken, and had he not run into his own man, the hero might have ran that one back. Zahid Kamara. Here it is again. When Now if Millville has got to stop here, they cannot afford to go down another touchdown or they got trouble.
4:35, what a swing in momentum. First fumble by either side in the ball game. 41-27. Pennsauken maybe looking for an early haymaker. Cortez hands the ball off to Thornton. He's up the middle. He'll be stacked up by number 72, Nick Tyndall, the two-way team captain, after a big gain there by Thornton.
You can almost feel it in the air here. It was like the air was taken out of the balloon for Millville, and as you mentioned, the haymaker and the crushing blow would be a touchdown, because the way this game is going, to go down another touchdown, I don't know if Millville can hang in there with that.
Bowman has been such a good return man tonight, and it felt like he was looking for that extra edge, and that second effort, the helmet to the ball, popped out a big turnover. Under 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. 2nd down and 6 to go, they'll call it, as the line gets set and Cortez is ready. He will hand again to Thornton, who is going to be tackled for a loss there, it looks like. Maybe lost about a yard. And this Millville defense showing some real toughness.
Yeah, it's gut check time for Millville. There you see DeAndre Cates. Cates did a good job to get around the block and elude the rusher, make a nice play there. And again, Millville has got to find a way to make a stop. They're going to have to stop Pennsauken on 2 more tries here.
Certainly 4-down territory, and this is the definition of backs to the wall. 3:10 to go in the third quarter. Turnovers looming large for the Millville Thunderbolts. Whistles blow as Clinton Tabb is not at all happy there on the sideline. He's going to have to burn another timeout. I'm not sure whether that was a formation issue, but the Pennsauken coaching staff was not at all happy there on that play. 3rd down and 7 to go. Cortez takes the snap, throws to the right side. That ball is bobbled and dropped there on the edge by Amir Williams. That would have been enough for the 1st down, and Williams is down and wincing. He took a big hit. Grabbed at that right knee, and there was some separation from the football there. That was a big, big hit on the edge there by the quarterback, Shaq Lee, and here goes the Pennsauken training staff.
He's reaching down on his foot. I guess he planted, and we talked about this surface. It's on his right foot. He went to plant his right foot. His right foot didn't give, and his knee looked like it buckled.
Correction, that's Alquan Jones, the do-it-all two-way star, the running back, over 100 yards tonight, and he puts the big stick onto Amir Williams. And Tad, we were talking about it before the ball game. This is a almost rock hard surface, and it has been a factor here tonight.
Yeah, we'll see it right here. Watch his right foot. He plants his foot here, and you can see that's a big strain on your knee and those ligaments in your knee, and that's what he goes to reach for there. A real tough play, and hopefully he'll be okay, but that's not a good sign when you go down grabbing your knee like that, especially on a surface like this.
So Alquan Jones having himself a big night. The star of the Thunderbolts. He's rushed it for 124 yards on 21 carries. He's also got an interception and a couple of scores, and he has been electric on both sides of the ball. The Indians are eager to go here, and it looked like the referees were considering letting them do so with the injury being attended to on the far sideline, but now they think better of it and a slight delay before we resume here.
And Millville now on defense, you just see them, they get a chance to get some air and collect their thoughts and relax a little bit. As again, they are not, it doesn't look like they're going to move the player on the far side of the field.
41-27, 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Both these clubs have not been on this stage for quite some time. For Pennsauken, their first title appearance since 1996, the senior year of their coach Clinton Tabb, who then went on to star here at Rowan. And then for the Millville Thunderbolts, their first appearance here since 1997. So it's been a drought, and I think both these communities have really embraced these clubs, and you can see it in the stands tonight. We heard the stories of the pep rallies throughout the towns, the packed stadiums through the season, but I think this season has really revitalized and energized these two communities.
Yeah, Millville has one of the oldest high school football teams in South Jersey. Huge tradition. It's been so long since they've had a team like this, so they've come out in droves. You see Coach coaching his team from the sidelines.
It may be the state title game, but he is going to coach it all the way to the end here. You see him talking about Manny Cortez faking that pitch to the right side, and he has a word with Williams. And I think that Clinton Tabb He's said it, he's admitted it. This is his dream job. A lot of folks want to play at the next level. Is a good sign on the far sideline. At the very least, Amir Williams is up, but he does not look like he can put much weight on that right leg. He's going to be helped across the field by a couple of teammates.
He's
looked
not
like that right ankle, and he is not putting anything on it.
I don't know if it's his knee or his ankle, and he's got. It's a shame. I don't think he'll be able to come back. We talked about Millville and their tradition. Their Thanksgiving Day rivalry game against Vineland is the oldest in South Jersey. So they've been doing it a long time in all of the state, I believe it is. Those two teams have been going at it. And again, that's why you have such great support, especially in Millville and Pennsauken, a tight community as well. And that's just not a good sign. Your heart goes out to that young man.
Well, you feel for Williams, the 5'8", 175-pound senior. He caught a couple of touchdowns this year, 11 grabs for 117 yards. And one of those many weapons on the outside for the Indians. Reset to go. And this is a big fourth down here. 7 yards to go for Pennsauken. Millville desperate for a stop. Williams in the slot. He looked like he moved early there. Cortez wanted the snap and didn't get it.
Now the interesting thing here, Amar Williams as the wide receiver on the left side off your screen, he took off too. So we'll see what they call it. It's going to be offsides, though.
So he was reacting to the right end there, Norval Powell, and took off to the races. So a much easier task at hand now. It's 4th and 2, and that is the worst possible time for that penalty.
Yeah, the Millville really got to be kicking themselves now. An easier play for Pennsauken.
4th down, 2 to go. At the 10-yard line, Cortez is joined by Thornton. He will look to throw to the left side. He's flushed out of the pocket. One man to beat. Around the left edge he goes. He throws deep into the end zone, and that ball is battled for and incomplete. Sweet unable to come up with it. There was a battle for coverage there in the secondary. It looked like he was battling with the defensive back, and there's a flag down on the play. And this could change this entire ball game.
Let's see what this call is. It's downfield against... Illegal man downfield against Pennsauken. And Millville, again, just when you're getting ready to count them out, as we look at this again, it looks like Millville's going to intercept this ball in the end zone. Goes through the hands. And then at this point, I thought you were going to get a touchdown for Sweet, but the ball is knocked away at the last second. Look at Cortez. Stops on a dime, picks it up. Now here's a jump ball again. Probably should have been intercepted, but taken away by Sweet.
So a huge stop by the Millville Thunderbolts. They stay alive, really, in this ballgame. Alski Downing in on the coverage, and he has had himself one heck of a night. So the illegal man downfield, that can happen when a quarterback scrambles, as Cortez does. So they take over at their own 10-yard line, and it is 1st down and 10 to go, trailing by 14. 2:50 to go in the third quarter. Millville kind of on the ropes. Jones, a fake handoff, and Lee will keep it himself. He's got running room out past the 20, past the 25-yard line. A gain of 15 for Shaq Lee, the quarterback keeper. And Lee right back at it.
And no surprise, over to the left side. Lee takes it again. That play has been very successful for him tonight. Delays for a second. He'll hold it, fake it, and then he just jets off that left side. And a big hole again. And you see blockers downfield chasing down there. Chris Whitelam, number 70, was 10 yards down the field looking for somebody to block, and nobody was there.
Shaq Lee, 12 rushes, 103 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He will give to Jones this time. Scampers down the left line. A gang tackle. Looked like he picked up nearly a yard.
What's impressive is you watch Jones here. Even though he didn't make a big gain on that play, he's very patient. Most high school runners just put their head down, they run to where they're supposed to run, and that's it. He's waiting for his blockers, looking for a hole, and again, it's very rare. There wasn't much there, and he still got 2 yards out of it.
Real good field vision there. 2-yard gains, 2nd down and 8 to go. Millville in no real hurry there. They are just content to keep this Pennsauken offense off the field. Here's Shaq Lee looking to throw on the left side, and a great leaping play there by the lineman Ingram. He went up and batted that ball down, and that'll set up a big 3rd down.
Boy, it's a good thing for Pennsauken that ball was knocked down because he had a receiver open on the far side of the field. Ingram did a good job to wait to the last second. You'll see Ingram on the right side, number 50. He goes up and hits him right in the face mask because off the right side of your screen there was a receiver open.
3rd down, 8 to go. right in that gray area of whether or not this would be 4-down territory. They're already down 2 scores. Millville would have a decision if they can't get this 3rd down. 8 yards to go from their own 27. In motion goes Jones. Lee back to pass. He will throw into the flat. It is caught there by the freshman Ennis, and a short gain, and this is decision time for Jason Durham.
Well, Ennis delayed, then comes across the field. Now, you're taught to try and find the sticks if you can, but he ran that route a good 5 yards shy of the 1st down. As you see the play here right into your living room. Nice job to catch it. And as you mentioned, a big call coming up here for Millville. Looks like the punt team is on.
Indeed, I think they will punt it. I think that's the right decision. Sorrell is going to come on, although I'm sure Pennsauken has got to be aware of the fake possibility here. But backed up so deep in their own territory at their 30, this would be a real gamble. Second punt for Sorrell. He has it up, and it's a beauty. A booming kick inside the 30, and it's going to take a Millville bounce. That is a fabulous punt. It'll be touchdown at the 25-yard line as it checks up a little bit. Down there by number 88, Jeffrey Hilscher, the senior, 6'1", and a nice play there. A 43-yard punt, and that is a beauty. That one flips the field position. Great job by Sorrell.
Yeah, that's what Millville needed. They needed to flip it a little bit. This is actually the deepest Pennsauken has started in quite some time. Most of their starting positions have been up near midfield, and Millville's got to do some stopping now. They're going to have to stop them at least 2 times, if not 3, and that is going to be very difficult to do.
And a big, big stop there for Pennsauken. Feels like with these offenses, anytime there's no points put on the board, that's a huge victory. So we'll see what Pennsauken does, whether they go back to the air. Tyreek Thomas checks back into the ball game as Lamar Williams is the lone receiver out to the right side. Cortez will hand it to Thomas. He is off right guard. Very short gain, maybe a yard, but looks like Pennsauken aware of the scenario as we wind under a minute in the 3rd quarter. They are going to try to maybe take some time here.
What you see sometimes with high school players, especially a team as dynamic as Pennsauken, they love to run, they love to throw it. They might be getting a little bit frustrated now. They're starting to get bottled in a little bit, and maybe that's why we're seeing a few mistakes.
So 2nd and 10, they say no gain. 20 seconds to go here in this 3rd quarter. Thomas and Cortez huddled up in the backfield. In his left hip pocket is Thomas. Cortez will keep it himself. He has company on the left tackle spot. Leading the charge there is the big man on the edge. It's Manny Cortez being dropped down for no gain, and that'll set up a 3rd down and 10 to go. Norval Powell wraps up Cortez.
Great defensive play by Powell. Stayed right where he had to stay, didn't buy the fake, and here we go to the 4th quarter.
4th quarter time here in the Group 4 title game, but first, an injury update from Alexa.
Will, you saw Amir Williams carried onto the sideline. The trainer put him on the bench, put some ice on his legs. They said his fibula is a little loose. They compared it with his other leg. They're going to put some ice on it, leave him on the bench. He's done for the game. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Alexa. Big 3rd down for Cortez off the hands of Thomas and incomplete. They had a ton of running room on that left side. A very well-designed play, and that'll set up 4th down and 10, a huge stop for Millville.
And it's going to be interesting to see how this Pennsauken offense goes as we look at this play again, because who's the go-to guy for Cortez? He's sitting on the bench right now. And it seems like the last 2 big plays that he's been sitting on the bench, we've had some problems for Pennsauken. So that's a little ray of hope if you're a Millville fan.
Very well-designed play there. That was a ton of green in front of Tyreek Thomas. He was unable to corral that football. So the first punt attempt of the night for Sweet. He's converted on 5 extra points. First chance to see him boot one from his own 11-yard line. Jones and Bolden back to receive. It'll be Jones inside his own 40-yard line. He's got a block from Bowman and out to midfield. He has got a seam. Jones is going to be wrapped up and dragged down at about the 35-yard line. On the tackle there, Jaquil Young, the senior linebacker, making a nice special teams play to drag down Jones in the open field. A punt of 36 yards and a nice 26-yard return for Jones.
Well, the field position game has shifted as we look at this again. This is the deepest Millville has had a chance to start on a real nice return by Jones here, who's done a real nice job today in all phases. What a workhorse this young man has been.
So a chance for Millville to make this a one-score game once again. Just underway in the fourth quarter. Pennsauken leads it by 14.
There is a ton of time remaining in this game.
Millville looking to stick to their guns and find pay dirt. A fake reverse as Lee going to look for it all, but that's not close. That is well beyond the reach of Zabir Boyer. And Millville, interestingly, trying to go for it all on the first play, maybe thinking Pennsauken looking to stop the run. They take a shot over the top and come up empty.
Josh Simmons with great coverage there. That was a fake the out and go deep for the home run ball. Simmons didn't buy it. He was there all the way. Great coverage on that play.
So 2nd down and 10 at the 36-yard line. They will send a single wide out. DeQuan Bowman up to the right side, and at the bottom of your picture alone, it's Zabir Boyer. In motion goes Sorrell. Back to the left side. They'll hand to Jones. He's got a hole and a big opening. He rumbles out near the first down marker after a gain of 8 or 9 yards, and that'll set up 3rd down. Pickup of 8, 3rd and 2.
Boy, Jones has to take that left side of that offensive line out for a snack after this game. They have earned every yard for him. You can see again, he's got about 4 or 5 yards before he's even touched. Those guys, again, the unsung heroes in the front line, paving the way for Alquan Jones and helping to keep Millville in the game.
It is a family affair to bring that young man down. Ingram and Amar Williams, 2 of the tacklers there. They'll give it to Jones again, and he's got a big gap in the middle, at least a first down and much more. He is going to be scrummed down to about the 20-yard line, and a first down into the red zone once again for Millville.
We have another Indian down in the field, a little bit slow getting up. But to that left side, they've been doing it the entire game. You can almost announce it to Pennsauken, here we come to our left, and Pennsauken is not able to stop it.
It's Hassan McDonald who's a little shook up. He has had a big game in the interior of that defensive line, so that's a big loss for this defense. 1st and 10 at the 20. Cortez flanked by a pair of backs. He will give now to Jones around the left corner. He's got running room to the 5, to the 1, touchdown into the end zone. Alquan Jones, his 3rd score. And just like that, we've got a 1-touchdown ball game.
And a ton of time remaining in this game. Again, great blocking. It's the whole left side of the line. You could probably move the entire defense for Pennsauken to their right to challenge this left side, and they are being manhandled on this left side by Millville. So look at it again. Great lead blocking up in front. I mean, there's a 9-10 yard push before you even see a red shirt.
Trying to track him down were Tyreek Thomas and Manny Cortez, but Jones has his 3rd TD, and this is a big moment in this ballgame. This extra point is a huge moment. It is up, and it is good. A very nice job there by Alex Price, and the fans rejoice here in the stadium in front of us. They know that that is no gimme, and that is a big play. It's now a 7-point ballgame.
Here it is, coming right into your living room on the right side of your screen. Zooming right by the camera. I am so impressed with the front line blocking of this Millville team. And now they're identifying, hey, we own the left side of our offensive line. Let's just go at it. And they're making it look easy right now.
Tyndall and Cessna led the charge there, and then you saw the freshman running back Ennis sort of lead the parade into the end zone. So it was a very well designed and a great job of blocking by the Thunderbolts. And wouldn't you know it, they get a stop, they move it down the field, and Jones into the end zone for his 3rd TD, and they're within 7.
Things are getting tight here. It's almost like a brand new ball game, and maybe it was like as we talked about in the first half. Maybe it was this Millville offensive line wearing Pennsauken down. There's new life out here.
The blue and orange pom-poms in the air. They are getting fired up, and behind their Thunderbolts, they see new life. Sorrell on to kick it off.
I think step 1 here is they need a good kickoff.
Lays into it. It's a good one. It'll be fielded at the 25-yard line by Thomas, and he will be horse-collared. The ball is on the ground. It's recovered there. A huge fumble recovery by Tyreek West, and that would have been a huge turnover from Millville. Heads-up play from West.
That's a great play by that young man right there. May have saved the championship for Pennsauken, as he was right on the spot. You look at it again from ground level, trying to find the seam. Good job by Millville to knock it out. And a fortunate bounce as it bounces right up and able to make the play there.
Great job stripping the ball there by the Thunderbolts, but start to think maybe it's your night. Look at the quarterbacks tonight. Cortez, 293 yards in the air, 109 on the ground. Unbelievable night for him. 402 yards of total offense, and he's factored in every touchdown. Here he is in the shotgun. Lee has thrown for over 100 yards from Millville. Crowd trying to get behind the Thunderbolts to come up with one more stop here. Cortez has it. He looks down the field. He's going to throw deep. Amar Williams is down there, but this one's overthrown. It lands harmlessly in the end zone, and they were trying to take their shot there after recovering that fumble.
Just a go route by the wide receiver. He's going straight down the sidelines, didn't hesitate. Cortez gave it a shot, came up a little bit long, but if you're going to throw this ball, you want it to be a little bit long, so there's no chance of an interception on the play. But man, Cortez has a very strong arm. You see pretty good coverage on the play by Lee.
Now this sounds crazy. They got 41 points on the board with 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter, but I think there's been a perceptible change in this Pennsauken offense. They have not been as efficient here in this second half.
The turning point, as soon as they hit the injury, it's almost like somebody hit a light switch for Millville.
4 wide receivers. Cortez barks to the right side. Fans into this one. 10 minutes left in the Group 4 title game. Cortez looking over the middle. It's caught there by Sweet. He's going to charge over the 30-yard line, be brought down there on the play by Rashawn Sorrell. It's a pickup of 18 yards and a first down for the Indians.
That's a basic play for Sweet. He identifies he's in zone coverage against him. He just settles himself in the zone, and a beautifully delivered ball by Cortez right in the seam. Again, he's got a wide receiver just standing there waiting for the nice, easy pass. Good job to go up and make the catch by Sweet.
And what a pocket there by that O-line. Johnson, Bordley, McDonald, Valdez, and Hines gave Cortez all the time in the world to throw there. 311 yards passing for Cortez. He's got him inside the 30 with under 10 to go. Looking to throw once again. He fakes. Now he'll go over the middle and deep. Amar Williams! Touchdown, Indians! He gets his shoulder down in the back edge of the end zone. A very close play, but athletic. And a 29-yard strike for Amar Williams. His 3rd touchdown reception. And that's a highlight reel play for the Indians.
A great route there by Williams. It's a stop-and-go route. He goes about 10 yards, completely stops. The defensive back comes off. As he comes up, Williams takes off, wide open in the end zone. Going to be for an interesting replay here to see, did he actually come in bounds?
He did. The right foot is
there
down,
was
and the elbow to boot.
What a play. That is the wide receiver all the way. Stopping, selling it, and going, and a great thrown ball.
4th touchdown for Williams, and what a night for him. The extra point is up, and it is good. They're going to throw a flag here for running into the kicker. That'll be tacked onto the kickoff. 5th touchdown pass for Manny Cortez, and with that, he ties the all-time New Jersey State record. 43 career touchdowns for Cortez, and we still got 9:39 to go in this one. Plenty of time to become all alone in the annals of New Jersey State football. The referee is talking to Cortez here about his options. I guess maybe if they move it inside to about the 2-yard line, you would consider going for 2, but in this spot with this score, I don't think you would take points off the board.
Personal foul. Yep, there it is on the call. Well,
so they are going to do that.
For 2?
They are indeed. Coach Tabb going to roll the dice here, figuring his club can get a yard. They are going to...
Well, are they going to line up to re-kick it? Now they're putting in kicking formation here. Maybe it was no good on that one.
The referee put his arms up.
Yeah.
Here is another attempt. It's a fake, and Cortez has it. He runs around the right edge into the end zone, and that is a 2-point conversion. And that is another big play for Manny Cortez. The penalty looms large, just 2 yards for Cortez to get there, and it's a 15-point ball game, 49-34.
That one kind of left us all scratching our head trying to figure out what exactly was happening there, but Cortez looked like he wanted to run with that one all the way.
Well, so Sweet misses the first attempt, makes the second as Cortez runs it into the end zone. What a grab by Amar Williams, and what a night for him. Cortez and Williams, the stars, and they have brought this Pennsauken team very close to a state title.
What an evening that young man has had. He'll remember this game forever. Manny Cortez, great game.
Fans want to help your school or any 501c nonprofit raise funds easily with Direct Selling. Enroll them in Verizon Velocity fundraising program, and Verizon will make a donation when supporters order new qualifying Verizon products. Nonprofits can receive up to $65 for every new Verizon triple play order, which can add up fast. To learn more, visit www.verizon.com/velocity. So the penalty running into the kicker looms large as Cortez runs it in for a deuce, and it's 49-34.
Amazing effort for this Pennsauken team. They just have they have done an out. It's hard to find anything they've done wrong tonight. They've just been fantastic.
Bowman catches it at his own 12-yard line. He is up past the 30-yard line. He'll be brought down there by Isaiah Ingram, who's had a big night, and Millville will take over at their own 32-yard line.
And this is a very good Millville team as well, putting up 34 points on the board. They have the ability to drive down. The problem being, trailing by the points that they've always, being 2 touchdowns behind. That's going to be the problem right now.
Now, with this Pennsauken offense, you have to think that Millville needed a little break. The ball is on the ground on that previous kickoff return. They don't get the bounce. A fabulous recovery by Tyreek West. And will they look back and say that's the play that changed this whole game?
That was their shot.
9:32 to go. Trailing by 15. Millville has got to keep coming. Into motion goes Sorrell. Lee will throw it to Sorrell back of the line of scrimmage. He's got running room, but quickly closing down that play is who else? Manny Cortez.
Wow, doing it on offense, doing it on defense, and that's kind of the difference of the two teams right there. When Pennsauken runs that play, they've gotten a big gain on it. They have the speed and quickness advantage, but on that play, the defensive play of Pennsauken and their speed makes it for a minimal gain.
And now the clock becomes a bit of an issue. 9 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter, down 15. Not dire straits yet, but you do want to show some urgency and get to the line quickly.
And keep in mind, the left side of this offensive line, they've had some big gains.
They will hand it to Jones once again. He has got some room out past the 35-yard line. Looks like a pickup of 4 or 5 yards. Chased out of bounds there by a contingent led by Jarrett Hines, the defensive tackle. And indeed, it'll be a gain of 4 and set up 3rd and 6.
But Jones at least did the smart thing. He saw there was nothing going to happen. He made sure he got out of bounds, because that's the most important thing to Millville right now, is to keep the clock stopped. Move the ball, get the first down, get out of bounds.
They are ready to party in that Pennsauken fan section. They are banging the drum. They've been here all day, tailgating all afternoon, and they are a little less than 9 minutes away from celebrating a state championship. Millville hopes to have something to say about that, as Sorrell again in motion, fake the handoff to him. Lee is being chased out of the pocket. He's going to throw over the head of Jones, and that was very nearly intercepted by Manny Cortez, and that will set up a 4th down. This is do or die territory for Millville.
Well, Lee had a couple of options. First, he looks downfield. That's not there. Now he's got the screen, and he shouldn't have thrown this ball. Unfortunately, that's a young man just trying to do too much. He almost threw it away. He's very fortunate to have a chance to make another play here.
Well, perhaps a stay of execution, but a brief one.
Yeah. 4th
down, and they're going to call it 5 to go here, but it is a long 5. At their own 38-yard line, Millville needs to get to just about the 44, so this is really 4th and 6, and they've got to get this one right here. Clock stopped at 8:41. Shaq Lee, what does he have in his pocket? Bowman in motion as they fake the pitch to him. They throw to Bowman on the near side. Inside the 45, he was off to the races. He's got the first down and much more. He's tackled down there on the edge by Anthony Sweet. That may have saved a touchdown.
Every time you're just about ready to count Millville out, they come up with a play. Great job right there by Bowman. He delayed, comes across the backfield. The linebacker was late getting there. Bowman makes a nice play. You see from the left side, your linebacker comes in, over pursues. There's your first down.
Needed 6, got 10, and they're almost out to midfield. 8:20 as that clock winds.
And again, that's just the linebacker has to get there quicker. Just didn't see it coming.
Great tackle on the end of that play by Anthony Sweet. Here's Lee faking the handoff to Jones. He is very nearly sacked and will have to throw it out of bounds. He's wrangled to the ground as a penalty flag comes in. Maybe a late hit going to be called, or roughing the passer, as Jarrett Hines threw Lee to the ground.
They were trying to go deep to Boyer, who was blanket coverage on. They're going to call that intentional grounding. So intentional
It looked to
ground.
me like he was outside of the pocket there, but maybe it didn't get back to the line of scrimmage as we watch Lee roll to his right.
Well, to his right, avoids a play here. He has a man down the left sidelines. He is throwing the ball away, but initially the crowd's reaction, our reaction, was a possibility of roughing the quarterback, but they're going to call intentional grounding. Again, that's a judgment call for the officials down there, and they're in position to see it. They tried to go long, and Pensauken's coverage on the deep ball has been outstanding tonight.
And that is a huge penalty, a loss of 14 yards. That's a spot foul and a loss of down, so 2nd and 24. Millville's got its work cut out here in a must-score situation. He will fake the handoff again to Jones. Lee rolls right, flushed out of the pocket. He is on the sideline. He's just going to walk out of bounds. Nothing doing, as the Indians had blanketed coverage there. They sent Bowman down the field, did Millville, but 4 defensive backs all over him.
Well, that's the problem when you roll to your right or roll to your left. Eventually, you're going to run out of real estate. And with the great coverage of Pennsauken down the field, that's all the quarterback could do, is run out of bounds and stop the clock.
So this is almost prevent D now for Pennsauken. They know the scenario here. 3rd down, 24 yards to go. They'll give up the middle of the field, anything underneath. Just don't want to give up the big play.
Yeah, the safeties are on. The one safety is almost 15 yards off the ball, and he's still a good 8 yards shy of the 1st down. So you need a huge play right here.
Starting to feel it are the Pennsauken fans. Lee needs a play. He throws over the middle. That's caught by Sorrell. They pick up most of the penalty, nearly back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th down and about 12 to go at a 12-yard gain to Sorrell.
That's a tough play for Sorrell to make, because you can see he felt the pain as he got hit. He had to split the zone while running, and you know you're going to pay the price. He could see the linebacker there. He holds on to the ball, and here comes the hit. Right there, he holds on to the ball and keeps his team in the game as Millville calls timeout.
I think that's a smart timeout. This is a do-or-die situation for Jason Durham. He knows the deal. It's 4th down, 13 to go, 7.5 minutes remaining in this one. And they want to make sure that they have exactly the play they want, their best play for 13 yards.
They haven't had a go-to guy yet, so it'll be interesting to see what play they dig out in the playbook for this.
So Durham has brought the troops together, and what do you think they're going to go to here?
You're going to have to throw. It's just a matter of, you're going to go to a gadget play, or are you going to go to one of your big receivers on the outside? Somebody from Millville's got to step up. That's your one wide receiver there. That's Downing.
They have bottled lead at this point, just 124 yards through the air and an interception. 10 for 16. He needs number 11 here. 4th and 13. Back to pass, looking for options. He is flushed out of the pocket, rolling left, throwing down the field, incomplete. And the Pennsauken defense, a big-time stop, and they are going to start smelling it here at Richard Wacker Field.
The secondary, again, did a great job downfield, but great pressure put up from the right side. You see the sack there, forces the step up, looking downfield. Now he knows he's run out of real estate, has to give a shot at the ball there, and great coverage again for Pennsauken. And there you see it on the sidelines. They can feel it. 7:26 to play in this one, and heading to their first title in 25 years.
What a half Anthony Sweet has had. He's caught a couple passes. He had that big tackle on the Jones return, and they're in on the pass coverage at the biggest juncture defensively of the game for Pennsauken. So if ever there was a time to get a turnover, this is it for Millville. 7:26 to go, trailing it by 15. Pennsauken takes over at the 45-yard line, and they are not going to change a thing. They go 5 wide as Cortez looks to run it himself. He's past the line of scrimmage. He is tackled down there by the defensive lineman, number 53, Antoine White, after a pickup of 7 by Cortez.
And that's a quarterback draw all the way. They're trying to sucker the linebackers out with the motion play, but all the way, that's a one-step drop and go on the draw. And again, just play safe here, run the clock, no need to do anything fancy. And if you're Millville, basically what you're doing is contain the runner. First guy, contain him. Everybody else is going after the ball.
Saw that a lot from Cortez in the first half. He was very content to tuck it and run, and he has brought that back into play here as the clock winds under 7 minutes.
He's just going to watch the back judge for the play clock.
Taking their time as they are under 5 now. Cortez will hand it now to the running back Thornton. He will dive across the first down marker, look to pick up about 5 yards there. And it'll be another first down, and just as importantly for Pennsauken, tick-tock, that clock is rolling.
Thornton does a nice job holding 2 hands on the balls. He goes straight up the middle. That's all they're going to do, ball control here.
Must be such a helpless feeling for Jason Durham and this Millville club. They've had their chances. They've put up a ton of points here tonight, but this offense for Pennsauken just never stops coming.
They had their work cut out for them coming into the game. I thought they've actually played and coached a very good game.
So first down and 10 at the 34-yard line. It really would be a knockout blow were the Indians to punch it in here. The handoff to Thornton. They are content to let that clock run. Picked up a couple of yards there, did Thornton. He's been a big part of this rushing attack tonight.
And it's tough when you know you're a running back getting the ball, and not only is everybody looking to hit you, they're looking to grab the ball, and you see him talking to the wide out there. I'm working on covering the ball so nobody's going to get it, because you got some big man like that staring at you. You gotta find a way to get some yardage, but the biggest thing, hold on to the ball.
It's like driving a race car in second gear. This Pennsauken offense is really trying to downshift and slow things down here. 5:30 to go with 4 wideouts. Thornton the lone back. Again, Cortez taking his time, under 5 as the back judge counts it out. He fakes the handoff, and Cortez going to run it himself. He gets past one man, into the secondary he goes, and Manny Cortez going to take it all the way into the end zone. And you'd have to think, fittingly, Manny Cortez has just put the exclamation point on a state title win for the Pennsauken Indians, a 31-yard scoring run.
Zubir Boyer came around the edge and had a shot at Cortez, but Cortez took one step and zoomed right by him. What a great game, a legendary game for Cortez. Here it is again. There you see Boyer coming around the corner, see you, right by him. Now the defensive back waiting, gets a great block, and he just turns on the Jets and into the end zone.
So let's see, he ties the all-time All-State New Jersey record with his 43rd passing touchdown. He's got 5 tonight. He rushes for 3 more. He's accounted for nearly 500 yards of offense as Sweet's extra point is no good. So it'll stay a 21-point game at 55-34. But Manny Cortez has taken this team and put it right on the back of that number 1.
No question who the player of the game is here. He's had a legendary game that we'll be talking about for years, the way he and his team have played in this one. What a great effort by the Pennsauken Indians.
487 yards of total offense for Manny Cortez. And you're right, this is going to be the headline in the papers tomorrow, and I believe he may hang on to that newspaper.
One person. That's not the team stats. That is one man right there. That is his numbers for a total in this game. What an effort. What a great, great effort by that young man. What an impressive performance.
So 5:15 to go. There is some time on the clock, but this running offense of Millville, have to wonder if they've got the quick strike ability in them to get back in this one. Manny Cortez has put on a one-man show.
That's what championships are all about right there.
Maybe try to get a kick return here if you're Millville, get quick points on the board and look to maybe onside it. Bowman will take it at the 17-yard line. He does have some running room, and he is going to be dragged down. Maybe a saving tackle there by Isaiah Ingram, the man who leads this team in tackles with over 80 on the season. He may have saved 6 there.
That's why Millville can't hang their head. These guys have not given up. They are going right at them. Here you see it on the return again as Bowman does a great job up the middle, plugging away. Almost had daylight. A nice tackle there on the play by Ingram to save the touchdown.
So Manny Cortez has accounted for 487 of the 500 yards of offense tonight. Millville, meanwhile, as a team, 401. Here is Shackley. His throw is caught over the middle by Zubir Boyer, and he is going to drag a couple of tacklers, including the wideout Anthony Sweet to the 40-yard line. So a nice gain for the Thunderbolts on first down.
So how'd you like to have 400-plus yards of offense and not really be in the game in the fourth quarter? That's unbelievable.
Bolts, hurry up. This ball is broken up there by Manny Cortez. Who else? He does it on both ends. That was intended for Sorrell. He got 2 hands on it, but Cortez came crashing in.
We'll have to find out if he drove the bus over here for this game. The way he literally does it all. What an effort again. Again, the team has done a great job. Again, this is one of those nights that people will talk about Manny Cortez, not only his season, but his effort in this game.
So under 5 to go now. Still down 21 are the Bolts. If they could score quickly here, maybe get an onside kick, as Lee will throw out to the wide side. That is complete to Zabir Boyer. That is just shy of the first down. Pick up of about 8 or 9 yards, and that'll set up second down. And you can see the urgency from this Millville offense.
Boyer's done a nice job from his receiver position today. He does a good job getting open quickly and making some yards out of it.
Here's Shaq Lee, gets it into the shotgun. He is dancing in the backfield, and he'll throw it out of bounds over the head of Boyer. And that will set up a 4th down and 2 to go.
Shaq Lee was looking to the near side of the field all the way. Nothing there, nothing there. Tried to get something to the far side, realized nothing was there, and just wisely threw it out of bounds.
Tad, we've talked about it all day long, the contrasting styles. The leading receiver for Millville all year long was Sorrell. He had 13 receptions. Contrast that to Amar Williams, 47 on the year. So here you have a situation where Millville has been behind the 8 ball. They've tried to throw it, but to this point, it has just not quite been enough. Trying to come out of their shell here and stay alive. Down 21. Lee is going to keep it himself. He's got the first down and more. Inside the 25, he'll get out of bounds wisely to stop the clock with 4:20 to go. The quarterback keeper for Lee and making the most of that prevent defense.
That's why high school sports are so great. These kids have not given up. They are going right at it. Every time their back's been against the wall on a 4th down or play, they've gotten it. And these guys, they're playing for pride. They are going to score. They're going to come back if they can with an onside kick. They have not given up.
Pickup of 12 on the play for Lee. And Millville pressing ever closer to the red zone with 4:20 to go. Just 3-man rushing, and they throw it out to Bowman. A missed tackle out there by Thomas, and Bowman has some running room out of the left sideline at about the 13-yard line. And Millville keeps going.
That's a tough catch for Bowman, too. He knows that he's going to get tattooed. He's able to catch the ball, plant his foot, and somehow alert the defensive back.
Looks like a pickup of about 7 yards. 2nd down and 3 coming up here. And for so many of these young men, especially the seniors, this will be the last game they play on a football field in organized fashion. And, you know, they're starting to feel it wind to the end, and they want to make the most of every single snap. Lee is going to keep again. He is met at the line by a contingent of Indians led by Tyreek West, the leading tackler on the ball club. And looks like Lee is very close to getting that first down, and they may need to measure this.
Just tried to follow Antoine White on the right side there. White with a one-on-one battle. But Pennsauken able to beat it, and the ball is moved. They've moved the chains. First down.
They're going to give him the first down, and Jason Durham is going to call a timeout here and trying to set his offense, maybe even get him a little bit of a breather here. That's interesting with 4 minutes left, down 21. You'd think he might need the timeouts a little bit later in the ball game. 4 minutes to go here. They need a score. Let's go down to the sideline. What do you got, Alexa?
Hey, Will, an injury update here on the Pennsauken sideline. Justin Anderson Copes has cramps that he just cannot stand. They're going to bring the ambulance onto the field, and they're going to take him to the hospital and get him some IVs, get some fluid in his system, and hopefully he'll feel better. Will?
And you look down on the sideline, and he is in a blanket. He's got a wool cap on. Thanks for that, Alexa. He is really kind of in rough shape right now. He is just unable to get over this, and that is a real unfortunate thing. Here his team is maybe about to celebrate a state title, and he won't be here for it.
He's going to miss the parade. He's going to miss the bus ride home and the party.
And watching Alexa all night, she has been right there on the bench on top of it. Gotten great sideline stuff all night long. 55-34 as Lee will look to throw. He's got some time as now he throws into the back right corner of the end zone, and that ball is picked off in the end zone. And that should probably do it. Tyreek West, Mr. Do-It-All on the defensive side, brings it down. The second pick for Lee. And this one will very likely end the year for his Thunderbolts.
Well, Lee had a wide receiver open in the end zone. Unfortunately, he just put too much air under it, and that's why the ball was intercepted. If he could put a little more zip on this pass, he sees the receiver there, he loops it up, and it gives the back a chance to recover and make the play. Boy, that was a very difficult play because around his face mask was McShawn. Made it tough to see the ball, and he still held on.
So now you would have to think maybe a healthy diet in this spot of Tyreek Thomas and Marquise Thornton. The Indians will take over after the touchback at their own 20-yard line. We are under 4 minutes to go. And Tad, while we will likely spend the remainder of this broadcast talking about this accomplishment of the Pennsauken Indians, I think it's really worthwhile to reflect on what an unbelievable year this has been for the Millville Thunderbolts. Cortez is going to hand it off here, as that is Thomas, who runs down the line, stacked up, no real running room there, but what a banner year, undefeated to this point for Millville.
Yeah, they've done a great job, as you mentioned, undefeated. They put up a lot of great numbers. And again, they just played a team that had it all. And Millville, again, every time I was getting ready to count them out, they kept coming back. So they showed a lot of heart and a lot of character as well.
So they're going to give him a yard there. It'll be 2nd down and 9 to go. Clock the enemy of the Millville Thunderbolts, and Pennsauken 3:20 away from a state title. Cortez will wait till the last possible second to snap it. He does so here, hands to Thomas. Thomas has got some room on the right side. The lead blocker out there is Amar Williams, who's had a huge night with 4 TDs. What our play of the game is.
Well, we've talked about him all night. Manny Cortez looking, scrambling to his right, nothing there. Brings it back to the near side of the field, looks to pass, then decides, you know what, I'm going to go for it. Picks up some blocks downfield, and the big block will come right there. That frees him for the run, and a long run, an impressive run for Cortez.
So now out to the 33, under 3 minutes the clock winds. A pickup of a few yards there, as Pennsauken going to be quite content to wind the clock. And Jason Durham says not so fast. He calls his second timeout of the half to slow the tide here and try to give his defense a chance to maybe get a turnover here.
It's been a very exciting game for the fans to watch. It's the 2 biggest group schools that are playing on this field this weekend, and boy, Pennsauken has not disappointed. It's amazing that they have lost a game this season. It's hard to believe Camden Catholic was able to beat them earlier in the year. They beat them 42-35, and in that game, Pennsauken gave up 22 points in the 4th quarter for the loss.
Coach Tabb said that had his ball club just tackled, they would have won that ball game. He thought they outplayed him, and watching the display they have put on today, I am inclined to believe him.
Yep.
And there goes Justin Copes off the field on a stretcher. He is being saluted by the fans. He's got a hat on his head. That may even be a state championship hat that they've given to Copes. He is saluted off the field, and we wish him all the best. Under 3 to go, 21-point lead for Pennsauken. And again, Cortez waiting, but the play clock is stopped. He'll now hand it off to Thomas. Nearly fumbles it, but regains possession. Now past the 40-yard line, stumbles out to near the 46. That's a first down for Tyreek Thomas.
How many times do you see on a play like that, it disrupts the flow of the defense? They hesitate a little bit or get a little excited, and it leads to a big run. That's just a great effort there by Thomas to get some yards.
So again, Justin Anderson Copes, one of the lead receivers and defensive backs in this ball club, left with serious cramping. He is off to the hospital. We wish him well, and his club is about to make history here in Glassboro, New Jersey. 2:30 to go, 55-34. Amar Williams, the lone receiver on the near side, as Cortez again will hand it off to Thomas. Thomas cannot be stopped. He gets, looks like about 5 more yards. And the clock continues to wind.
It's amazing what this Pennsauken team has been able to do this season, again, with some outstanding players. And, I mean, just a dream season. They don't come along very often. As we mentioned, the last title that they won was 1986. So it's been 25 years, and that man is going to bring a title home to his town in Burlington County, Pennsauken.
Clinton Tabb talked about how returning home to coach for this team was literally his life dream. Now that dream just got a little bit more special as his club inches towards a state title. 140 to go here, 100 ticks till the title. They hand it again to Thomas. Good effort by Millville to bottle him up just past the line of scrimmage. Gain of maybe a yard. That'll set up 3rd and 5. But Clinton Tabb talked about how a lot of folks play after college. They want to go to the NFL. He said not for him. His dream was to be the head man at Pennsauken. He returned, and here now in just his 3rd season, they have gotten the job done.
It's almost like a movie script. If you say, hey, you're going to come back to your college field where you were so successful and a team that you lost 2 national championships with, and we're going to give you a title with your hometown high school team, I think he'd take that every time.
Under a minute to go here, separating Pennsauken from a Group 4 state title. Cortez will hand it again to Tyreek Thomas. He has got some running room. He'll be wrapped up just inside the 40-yard line. He stays in bounds. A real nice play to keep the clock going. That'll be spotted at the 39-yard line, a pickup of 12 and 46 ticks to go.
What a feeling that must be for that entire staff. You know, with the way the rules are in the state, you start practice so early. A lot of these teams get together in June. It's a culmination of a long, hard-working summer, and this is what it's all about.
Clinton Tabb having a word for our viewers and shaking hands on the sideline, and a job so well done, and all the hard work, all the long practices, and here on a chilly night in December, it all comes to fruition. The victory formation for the Indians. Manny Cortez takes a knee, and the Pennsauken Indians are going to be the 2011 Group 4 South New Jersey state champs. 55-34, the Indians are champs.